Greetings, I'm Dean Archimedes, founder of the Keep and mentor to every generation of Keepers since its creation. But that's all you need to know about me. There are many other things you must know. The world is Zaxria, a place once torn from shore to shore during the eradication. A period of time, nearly 220 years ago, when mass-spread chaos laid waste to the entire world. That was until order was restored. In the 43rd year of the eradication, the Keep was established. The Keep, being an institution dedicated to shaping honorable and good men and women into the Keepers of Zaxria. They are the mightiest of heroes, of different backgrounds, all joined together to defeat the evil that constantly tries to throw Zaxria into chaos. It is currently the 75th year of the Epoch of Peace. They have already faced hardships of which previous generations have never seen. But they are nothing compared to what lies ahead of them. A world of deep history filled with diversity, culture, and teeming with life. Zaxria is made up of a variety of kingdoms and continents. The central mainland is Ophelia. The west of Ophelia is home to the breathtakingly tall redwood trees of Norway. Here resides the elves that protect the forest by any means necessary. Opposite that, to the far east, is the great Brimshire mountain range, where deep inside lies the mighty dwarven stronghold of Yordgard. A long venture southeast of Ophelia, across the gorgeous yet treacherous waters of the Clemp Sea, you'll find yourself on the continent of Azash, in the tropical jungles, where the proud Bengaran people live and pursue a life to one day be worthy of returning to the Beastlands in their truest form. To the far west, across miles of ocean, there is a chain of islands, where the prosperous human kingdom of Southbrook rules the sea with their formidable naval armada. Then, somewhere to the far, far north of Ophelia, amidst the Dragon's Maw Ocean, the Dragonborn reside amongst an island that many leave but few can find. They chose to stay in isolation after eradication for fear of something similar ever happening again. Lastly, floating in the northeast, a land of nothing but frigid cold and endless winter. Now that you know more about Zaxria, let me introduce you to the heroes that safeguard it.
Hi guys, I'm Connor Kepler. I used to think of myself as a normal guy. I just wanted to live a normal life, held with my grandfather in his study in the city of Southbrook. Since a very young age, I've been raised by Grandpa Edmund, who took me in after my parents' deaths not too long after I was born. Grandpa Edmund is a well-known astronomer and educator. From a young age, I became a student under my grandpa instead of attending a normal school with the rest of the children. I can remember from a young age, wizards and educators of the sort would visit my grandpa on many occasions to learn and seek his counsel. My life was normal. That is until my powers manifested. The first instance of this probably happened somewhere around 15 or 16 years ago. Something happened inside of me that I cannot explain. But the easiest way for me to try and explain it is that the galaxy and I became one. Almost anything and everything I have learned, along with things I have not, about the galaxy became clear. The sheer amount of information that I took in left me lost. For a long time I shut myself away. Then, one day, another student came to seek my grandfather's counsel. This person showed a layout that spanned across the whole room of Zaxria's galaxy. Upon looking at this site, everything started connecting together. Constellations began showing themselves, and the ley lines of the galaxy began connecting together once again. My eyes changed colors from a newborn sun's glow, then to the glow of the moon, and lastly a twinkling of the stars. I was then able to use really basic magics. Stars, asteroids, black holes, anything to do with outer space, that's my thing. Since joining the Keep, I have found a new sense of pride and duty. People normally refer to me as the smart guy in the group, reading books and even straightening up a library once or twice. My quest to the Keep started as a journey for love. Then recently, it's taken a change since I died. Yes, literally died. Going to fight a shadow beholder no less named Tenebris. Thankfully, my pal Finn, who is also a Keeper, was able to resurrect me through time magic, with the help of a secret society, of course. Although, that came with a catch. I would only have 16 years to live, so now I would like to gather as much knowledge as I can. Along our journey so far, I found a book with detailed, ancient, and long-lost spells that only those with my powers can obtain. There are more out there, and I would enjoy learning them in hopes of growing my powers and helping those in need.
Greetings. I am a sentient knight of the Iandros Protectorate, but my friends call me Skip. I'm a warforged that stands roughly 8 feet tall, but don't let my size fool you or scare you. I am here to help. When it comes to my past, it's a little hazy to say the least. I know that I come from a long-lost city named Iandros, somewhere in the islands of Southbrook. According to Zaxrian history, it does not exist, and those who have any recollection of it have long since passed. From what I've been told, I am at least 250 years old, and I guess this is a long time. For me, I've never really focused on this thing people call time. I remember the city flooding long ago, and I searched for it, but wasn't able to find it. Instead, what I found was the shores of Ophelia. It led me to the keep. While there, my entire existence and what I stood for, the things I believed in, it all changed. I found Aphiel during my time there, the goddess of love, life, and hope. She showed me what it is to be kind and to feel. It has all been strange to experience, but I gained many friends that I consider to be my family since my time at the keep. I became a keeper of Zaxria through many hardships with them, and we have lost people. I remember what it felt like when we thought we lost Connor. I never want to feel that way again, so I vowed to protect every one of my friends, and all those who cannot protect themselves. When I found Aphiel, I gained much more than just feelings of love, anger, and joy. I have begun to experience things Connor has called dreams. Dreams where I see a human man. He is a soldier, a husband, and a father. His name is Timothy. But who is he, and why do I keep having these dreams from his perspective? I have vowed to protect Zaxria, but with these new emotions, I also have become curious. And I seek answers. Answers about myself, about medicine, how to help better, how to be better.
Hello, friend, and Malar bless you. My name is Moldrak. I've always felt an attachment to nature and the elements. I'm a Bengaran, a proud people who've evolved from beasts and typically thrive in the humid jungles of Azash. But I never grew up in Azash like most Bengaran. A few generations ago, there was some disagreement, and my grandfather, along with a few others, left the jungles. We wandered until settling down on an island in the frozen tundras of the north. My grandfather said that it made him feel alive. We existed in peace, until one day we were forced out of our village by the frost giants who roamed the frozen tundras of the north. We barely made it to the shore in time, one of them barreling towards us with his large club just in reach to slam it down upon us. I yelled as loud as I could and threw my hands up, bracing for impact, but there was no impact. Instead, I opened my eyes to find a wall of ice between us and the giant. The villagers said that when I threw my hands up, the wall of ice appeared, but it just left me confused. It was after that I began to discover my talents for controlling the elements. I knew I needed to get stronger and to learn more. When we reached Ophelia, I was told of the Keep, a place where heroes are born, where they go to gain strength, honor, and glory. They could hang on to the last two, but I needed to get stronger to protect my tribe. I promised them that I would return strong enough to take back our home. But at the Keep, something happened. My tribe grew. I met a group of people who I could trust with my life, and who I would give my life to protect. And we even became keepers. It wasn't really my goal, but if it gets me closer to being able to protect my people, then so be it. Struggling and fighting against great evils, I knew strength alone would not be enough. I needed to train my mind and to learn more about my abilities. To find someone like me is rare, but the teacher might just give me the edge I need against that beast.
Oh, hey there. Name's Apex O'Hara, the Seronoman, but y'all can call me Apex. I come from a far southern tribe in Azash, a Seronoman tribe, and boy do I have a story to tell you. You see, a long time ago, an elder in our tribe stumbled upon a weird goo-like material. It was real strange. It would move in such odd ways and do such bizarre things. They had no idea what it was. Fortunately for one of the elders, they got a little too close for comfort, and the rascal got hold of them. It was kind of gross if I gotta be honest with you. He started entering the holes of his body and changing the way he looked. He had these dark black veins in his freaking arms started to turn to massive black club, hammer, sword looking things. Anyway, shit was gnarly, and they were able to bring him back to the tribe and try and assess him. Turns out, whatever the fuck that thing is, needs a human to survive. So every so often, when whoever hosts it is ready to die, we have a ceremony to transfer it to someone else. Now you might ask, Apex, what the fuck are you doing? This thing is some weird, unholy creation sent by the gods and will kill you all. Do they have to say? Shit. Yeah, you're probably right. But the powers this thing gives the host is nothing unlike anyone on Zosh has seen before. They can jump super high, run incredibly fast, and punch like a fucking giant. The weird thing is, the types of powers change from host to host. One generation, the guy was able to restore limbs that had been amputated. The next guy after lost a limb, and the poor bastard just died. But then the next lucky fellow was able to turn his arm to a massive greatsword. Jump forward a few years, and now yours truly is next in line. I ended up laying down on the table to begin the ritual, and I remember being in a deep thought, thinking to myself, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, no, fuck! As I contemplated this strange thing and becoming one with me. After it happened, I felt so much stronger and faster. I was all over the place, climbing trees without breaking a sweat. I actually don't have a ton of recollection of what happened after then. That I remember something real bad happening. People were dying. Homes were on fire. There were screams for help. I can't remember.
Don't worry. I will never forget.
Hello and welcome to Zaxria. We are Knights at the Not So Round Table. We're about to play some D&D. We are short a couple of people today, which is unfortunate, but we are still moving forward. We are very close to affiliate status, and we are also going to go on like a little bit of a break every now and then. So we're not going to be streaming nearly as much, but we're going to try our very best. Anyways, let us get back into what we were doing. So, last we had left off, you were in the city of Southbrook, the human kingdom of Southbrook. Had discovered a lot of turmoil was going on within the city between, the leadership and everything. And one thing led to another, and you ended up discovering that the king was being pretty much drugged in order to be manipulated and controlled by his royal advisor, Eupharius Gardano. After learning this, you were also trying to stop a ship from leaving port to go and attack an island by the name of Lendram. Apex went upon the ship. Upon going on the ship, actually committed murder. You killed a person, and that was that. And they found out, as they should and would. After finding out, kind of chaos and havoc broke out inside of the city. Bells were ringing. They were trying to figure out who had, done it, essentially, and had it narrowed down to, the 5 people in the tavern that were not accounted for in the palace. Seeing the opportunity, you had thought it would be a good idea to stage an execution. The execution of Apex, actually, who came forward and said that he did it. Upon staging the execution, you thought it was a good idea because the king would be present. You formulated some sort of a plan in order to kidnap the king at the execution and save Apex all in one fell swoop. Everything went off without a hitch. The plan actually went through quite well. The king was cleansed of his, kind of stupor that he was in by Skip's lay on hands and lesser restoration type abilities. You were able to tell him everything that was going on. He kind of corroborated everything, and seemed that now that he was in his clarity, could kind of piece everything together, and everything the last few years has been kind of a blur for him as he's been in this stupor. Went to where Eupharius was, kind of buried in the palace. You were brought to the throne room, where you saw the king actually step down, essentially, and designate some sort of a council, the Council of the Golden Tide, to now make more of the executive decisions for the kingdom, and Hartford being the lead member of that council. An execution took place that Zarvarax was privy to actually do what he wanted to do exactly. You then made your way over to the jail, because at the execution you saw Malzirium, an individual who had helped you a long time ago defeating Tenebris. Finding Malzirium spoke in very, very cryptic and very strange kind of bits of information that he gave you. A lot of it was hard to understand and a bit confusing, and you're just trying to put everything together as best you can. But essentially he was talking almost of the same thing that you discovered kind of on your own, as this kind of beginning of the end for all of Zaxria, and this kind of onslaught that was trying to be prepared to occur. After doing that, you head over towards the docks, I believe is where you were heading currently, and you were told actually by the king to head to Lendram if you were seeking Iandros, and that the people on Lendram were actually much more powerful than Eupharius even knew. Getting this information, you started heading towards the dock, where you actually know currently your ship is still being worked on. You were given gold back to kind of pay for a lot of things that you had spent while you were here. And I think it actually ended up coming out to you guys getting a little bit more of a profit, actually probably more than a little bit. But currently, you are just within this thoroughfare of the city, walking around a little bit, making your way towards the dock if you so choose to do so. Probably about 2 days or so are left before the ship is probably done, just from what she had told you.
How much gold were we given, Billy?
5,000.
Okay, I thought that's what he said, but I didn't remember.
Yes. And they dumped they just put the whole chest in the bag of holding.
So we have 2 days. Is there anything we need to do before we head to Lendram? You guys need any gold for anything? Want to buy anything?
I think I'm all set. I got my utility belt now, so I'm good.
True, you can hold a lot of stuff.
Yep, that's right.
I'm gonna go back to that apothecary. Get some more potions. I know we just spent a lot of money on potions, but
Now we got even more money.
yeah. So
Think I'm good.
you're good. What about you, Connor? Got anything you need to buy?
Bye. No.
Okay. I'm gonna head over there.
Yeah, I'll come with you. Why not?
Cool. We can say, our goodbyes to Clyde, although
What time is it?
I guess we could just wait.
Currently,
till he's-
it's actually getting kind of late in the evening, just because of like the execution taking place quite late. You'd imagine stores and stuff are probably open for like a good half hour to an hour more. So I'd say probably like 8 o'clock at the latest.
Okay.
What,
As long as nothing happens, I got something I want to do the next day.
Got it.
what day is it? I know we were in Zaneth, but I don't
The
remember.
27th of Zaneth.
Okie doke.
What was that potion I got my hands on? Greater healing?
The ones that she just gave you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm heading to the alchemist.
Got it.
What's her name? Fuck.
I don't know. I never met her.
I met her, but I don't remember her fucking name. No, that's that guy. That's. That was the potions. That's Archibald. No. Do not know.
Oh well, whatever.
All right. You make your way over to the elixir shop, Amelia's Elixirs.
There we go.
Took me a minute to remember it too, but I got it. It's the beauty of writing things down. Making your way over to the shop, it is loud. There are people everywhere.
Okay.
People started to kind of pull in, even though it's kind of later in the evening. There are so many people in Southbrook, and you imagine so many people have different schedules of times that they do things, that it's just this constant overflow of people walking in and out. You know, at least upwards of tens of thousands of people that are just like living in the city, crammed in. Nonetheless, you make your way to the elixir shop, walk into the door, make your way into the interior.
Hello. Oh, it's very noisy in here.
See that she makes, as you close the door behind you, it gets a
Hello.
little quieter. She is like stuck. Oh, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Was not expecting to see you again anytime soon.
Yeah, sorry, we have more money now.
Very well. Was there something you're looking for?
Yes. You had some potions before that allowed you and your friends could drink the potion, and you could talk to each other in your mind.
Yes, the potions of connected mind. Yes.
How much were those again?
I have 3 of them.
3?
675 gold pieces each.
Okay. Alright. If I wanted to buy all 3, could you do like 1,400 gold?
Well, maybe not that cheap, but maybe a little more.
1450.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So persuasion, I have a -1, but I rolled 17, so 16.
16? Okay. I can do at the very least
1,500.
1,650 gold pieces.
About
2,000 roughly for all of them. For all 3.
How long does this thing last for?
Are you here?
I'm not doing anything else.
Okay, yeah. How long does it last for?
It lasts until you until you rest.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Each potion has enough elixir in it to suit about 10 or so people.
How about
Some people.
hang on, I have to go back to my potions page. How about 1,700 and you throw in the superior healing potion?
Very well. Deal.
Deal.
Takes your hand forward. Grabs the 3 potions that have the very, very strange kind of shape to the actual glass itself. You see there's like 10 or so separate like bulbs that go down, and it seems like there's a little bit of a filter in the middle part. She sets it up towards the top. When you go to drink these bulbs break off and come apart, so each one can be drank by whomever wishes to do so.
That's efficient. You want to count this out, Connor?
That takes too long.
Okay.
Start grabbing some of the gold, and she starts grabbing at the bag and quickly like putting it in her hand and counting them all down. Takes a little while, but you're able to count it all out, and she grabs the 3 large. They're probably about this tall, the like elixir itself, and then each bulb's probably, I'd say, about the size of your fist, and they just kind of like stack on top of each other. She takes all 3, hands them to you. Just be careful they don't break. Are they all right?
Yep.
Alright, well, you paid for them already, so...
Extra dimensional space, it's fine.
Very well. I appreciate the business again.
Yep, no
Should be a lot more good business coming too.
Yeah.
A lot of good things coming to Southbrook now.
Are we all here?
Yeah.
Do you want to buy something?
No, I have a question. Oh, do you make the potions?
Yes.
Pull out the blue salty potion.
Okay.
Do you know what this is?
And grabs it. Takes a look, holds it. Appears to be some sort of a tonic. I'm honestly not quite sure. I would not consume this.
Don't think I should just drink it just to check?
She kind of pops it off and gives a smell to it. Seems to be almost something that could be mixed with something else to actually cause something to occur. This, by itself, is probably useless.
Like maybe mixed with like a sleeping tonic, for example.
More than likely, yes.
What kind of properties of mixing that in have?
Probably the potency of it. Could either dilute it or make it stronger. I'm not sure.
Would that work with like any potion?
More than likely, yes.
My haste potion? I'm just saying.
He just died.
Oh my god.
If I had to give my best guess,
Or I can teleport.
I
Come on,
will
guys. Think
actually
of the
just
good
roll a d4
possibilities,
for me.
okay?
Or your heart just explodes.
I'd say that this is definitely some sort of a concoction that enhances the properties of anything alchemical or potion related. The effect of which it gives is indeterminate, but
Do you have to consume all of it?
probably just pouring it in the potion and mixing it would suffice. Were you looking to sell it, or were you just wondering?
That seems pretty handy.
How much do you want for it?
Typically I don't have use for it, that's why I
How
was...
much do you want?
I could probably give you 200 gold for it at most.
We have gold. You have a lot of gold.
I think I'm gonna hold on to it.
Very well. I would not mix it until you're ready to drink it, though.
Could you teach him how to make healing potions?
It's quite simple, actually. But I would
You
probably...
don't know how.
That's a good point. I don't.
When you have the time.
We
You
have
know, it's
2
weird.
days.
We have 2 days.
Yeah. Could we do it then?
It took me about a year or so to learn how to make potions.
Well, he knows how to make poison, just not healing potions.
It's a bit different.
You should have paid attention.
Maybe it'll could you give him a book that he could learn from?
I don't see why not. 100 gold. I can give you a book and some starting supplies.
50.
Make another persuasion check.
This can only go
Just give her
well.
some gold.
14.
14. 75.
That's fine.
65.
No, just give her the 75.
I spent 5,000
Didn't you
gold
just say
in
we
her
had a
shop.
ton? Didn't we just say we had a ton of gold?
Doesn't
Like
mean
2
I-
seconds
I
ago?
can't haggle.
I don't get much business. out of
70.
this. 75. I'm sorry.
I give her 75 gold.
She takes the gold. Grabs a pretty thick book. I mean, it's probably
Rich don't stay rich by spending money.
at least
That's why I got
about
5
this
gold
big.
left.
There are pages of. That's why I've got 5 gold. There are several pages throughout it that have several ingredients listed in them. The ingredients themselves are kind of listed separately too. There is a lot of quick lichen that's used in many of the potions, so
Nice.
you're in a pretty good spot so far. She gives you 5 or so potion-like, glass vials. Hands you those over. Also hands you a small bundle of this almost thready-like leaf, where it seems like if you were to rip it, the insides of it you can kind of pull out almost like string. little odd, but she just kind of hands it all over. Gives you a little bit of quick lichen too. She probably gives you about, I'd say, a half a pound of the stringy kind of leaf, and then gives you a good probably 20 or so snippings of the quick lichen.
I have too much of this shit. Half a pound of
The stringy leaf.
I'd say that string leaf is what it's actually called.
string leaf. Unfortunate.
Where do we sleep them?
The castle.
How many, like, vial things?
What?
How many, like, potion vial things?
5.
It also never occurred to me, but anytime we drink a potion, technically, then now that just becomes an empty vial.
I imagine you probably like drink it and throw it.
Well,
So
we-
unless you drink it and tell me you put it away,
Alright.
you've thrown it.
Use it as a weapon.
No.
Ow, fuck!
You're like, it hurts and it kinda healed me.
You drink it.
Slam it in the fucking. Alright. And you do have it's like a tome of beginning alchemy.
Beginning alchemy. That sounds a lot better than herbalism book.
It's not a herbalism book, it's like a potion book. Herbalism and alchemy are two different things.
They are.
That's a good point.
2 different skills you gotta make.
You already have a herbalism book.
I'm gonna write herbalism book back now.
Me too.
What was the other one? Tome of
Alchemy.
beginning.
Beginning
Tome
out.
of beginning alchemy.
Tome of herbalism.
How to be an alchemist for dummies.
Yeah.
Damn, even for my handwriting, that's awful. Holy shit.
Anything else you guys are doing or need?
Is there anything you need to do? I don't think so. Just go back to the castle, I guess.
Did
Are
I
you
go
going
and
to-
visit Clyde at the end of the last session, or did we not make it that far?
We didn't
Well,
do
that was
that
one
yet.
thing we could do.
Wasn't I on the way there or something?
We fucked up, but it's okay. It's hard to remember minute things like that, but yeah. You guys could just like
That's where we're
walk
going
your way right over there.
now. Got to stop off and get some jugs and bowls.
Bowls and jugs.
All right. Stepping out
Backup utility belt.
in the
Good cape.
the thoroughfare of the city. There are people all over. You make your way into Clyde's like little general store here, Glenderby's Goods. You can see that Clyde is kind of towards the back. A couple of people are also within the shop. They don't really seem like they're really buying anything, just kind of browsing, looking around. There's pretty much just about any general good that you would need within the shop. Rope, chains, cloths, bags, bedrolls, like kindling, firewood, just about anything. People are in and out of here constantly. But as he kind of sees you guys, Keepers! Hey!
Clyde, how's it going?
How's it going, everyone? Good to see you. Nick, come on in. Come on in. You're gonna just step a little more into the store as you're already inside. He kind of puts his arms up over the counter. How's it going?
We did it.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive.
I was a little worried, but hey. So what can I do for you?
I don't know.
Come and say hi, really.
Oh,
Thanks for
wow.
everything you did. Thanks for helping out.
Puts his hand up forward, shakes it.
Good guy, Clyde. I like you.
You're all good men and women.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be heading out soon, though. A couple days. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if you're ever back in Southbrook, be sure to stop by, get some supplies. You need anything for the road?
Be some good food.
Yeah. Know how to get some good food to take along the way or
It's not
something.
bread.
Yeah.
I can give you some rations, barrel of fish maybe.
The roll of fish could work. Might be a bit stinky, but do you have any fruit that we could take?
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright, yeah.
How much?
Well, it depends on what you need exactly, and I'll.
Do we know how long it takes to get to Lendram?
No clue.
Oh fuck.
The king said 3 days.
3 days. Okay, cool.
3 days.
Like probably like at least 3 days worth.
All right.
That's something that'll be safe for like the next, say, 5 to 7 days, just to be.
5 to 7 months.
Yeah, certainly. I'll muster up some supplies and
Cool.
send them down to your ship. Do you know who's working on your ship? I know you guys were saying that you needed some work
It's a
done to it.
lady. You know the lady who
Did you
works
not-
on the ship.
Do you remember their name?
Hang on.
You guys went to go talk.
Hang on. Oh no.
I don't even usually remember your guys' names, so it's a little. There's some random lady that I talked to for a little bit.
Oh no. Hang on. There's a lot of stuff that happened. Hang on. Almost there. Nope, not him. Brimdy.
Oh, it's in good hands then. Yeah, I'll send all the supplies down there, and she can pile it all up, throw it on, and
Cool.
let some workers do it.
No. Yeah.
Just give me 20 gold. I can square it all away. Get you some food, extra rope, extra crates. Oh, thank you. Set it down. That's easy. Maybe 40 gold. It takes nothing. All right. Yeah, that's probably perfect. I'll throw a little more on there too.
Okay.
Anything else along the way? No.
We really do appreciate everything you guys did. You guys look tired though. Get some sleep and new day tomorrow. New Southbrook.
True. Looking forward to seeing what you guys accomplish.
Yeah, I'm actually supposed to be the master of coin for Southbrook, so that's a little exciting and terrifying all at the same time.
Congrats on the promotion.
Told him to make sure you
What
got
happened?
somewhere on the council somewhere. So.
Yeah.
What happened to the small gnomish man?
They ended up actually finding out that he was in cohorts with Eupharius. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah, they just threw him in the ocean.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wish I wasn't there, but I'm sure they hope you can swim. And,
Yeah, something like that.
Did they?
I wonder how far they threw him.
I'll say, did they take him out pretty far? Or did they just throw him off the dock?
Yeah, like off the dock or.
Not sure.
They turned him into a
Up to the
bird.
imagination.
Yeah, I could.
Let the bird fly away. After a certain amount of time, canceled the polyport. I still wish we did it.
Albert Fletcher looks like he's keeping his position, though.
Seems like a decent guy.
Seemed like he was acting out of blind loyalty.
Yep.
He had no idea, so.
Yep.
Everything is slowly coming together.
Any word about the giant gate being taken down?
Yeah, they're in the process of doing it. Still a little bit of,
Rocky relations.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good way of putting it. It's going to take a little while for everyone to actually start to trust again, so I think they're probably going to stay up for a little bit. They'll come down, though, eventually. Pulled a lot of guards out of the city. Just, people patrolling every now and then to keep the peace, but...
That's good. Well, probably get to bed.
Hey, sure.
It's been a
Well,
long day.
hey, even within an inch of your life, will take the take the
somebody-
life out of you.
You almost got killed.
Yeah. Makes you tired.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get those supplies on your ship tonight. I'll deliver it all myself, get everything squared away, and then head home.
Thanks.
Sure know what's hiding in the barrels.
Yeah, please.
Didn't even think about it. I will actually check for you.
Please, yes.
All right, shop's closed. You guys have a good night. Kind of waves over to everybody. All right. Again, appreciate it all.
Oh, we appreciate you.
Gonna go get all this squared away.
Alright. Have a
Gonna
good night, Clyde.
fumbles his way towards the back, where he somehow manages to get through a door and then out the back way. You guys walk out the front.
Yep.
Head towards the palace. Also, I'm sure you guys were trying to look at the map that was inside.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just trying to remind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely. Trying to get the copy or something.
I think that might be better for the next day to
Yeah, do it in the morning or whatever.
we could do that in the morning.
Got it. Alrighty, so you guys all find rest in the palace. You are let in very easily back into the noble district and even into the palace. People aren't like crowding you or everything, and you don't really see really much of anybody besides some guards. You'd imagine that people are either resting or getting things squared away. But in the morning, if you're trying to seek somebody out and find them, you are more than happy to do so. But anything you want to do before you go to sleep? No? Alrighty. Fall asleep, you get your 8 hours, fully rested, hit points restored, spell slots, the whole shebang.
How many days? Wait, when did I? How many days has it been since I've been captured? 2?
Since you've been captured?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's now the 28th of Zanath.
It's not working. It's dried. It's been on there for a week.
I don't
Alright,
think I have another one.
We're good.
Just buy like a 50 pack of markers and then put them under the table, and you could just reach under and grab one.
Okay. Let's go take a look at that map.
All right. Knowing where it is, actually, in the war room, on the same floor that you were on, where the rooms are, kind of just walk around over to there. There are guards kind of on the sides.
Hello.
Greetings. Good to see you. Can I help you, though?
Yeah, could we get to look at your map? We hear it's a lot more detailed than our map.
I'll talk to the commander. He's actually in there right now.
Oh,
See what
cool.
he says.
Yeah.
He
Would
kind
be
of
very
opens the
helpful.
door. As he opens the door, you can see this large table that's set up. There's a map across it. Very quickly, as you look and see, you can see standing like in front of it with his hands like over towards the sides. Albert Fletcher standing up there looking down at it. Kind of looks up. You kind of catch a quick glance with him as the door closes behind. You can hear mumbles on the other side. The door opens up all the way. You're more than welcome inside. And he kind of steps in and over to the side. The other guard takes the door handle and opens it up and then closes it. You guys all kind of pile in, make your way inside.
Hello.
Greetings. So, you're the keepers of Zaxria then, huh?
That'd be us.
How's my brother?
He's good.
Doing well.
Yeah.
Good. Albert Fletcher, if you didn't already know. He takes his hand forward and shakes. He's looking at him like in person now, up close. He's about 6'4", pretty solid build. He definitely seems older, probably at least like pushing his 60s, but he's in pretty well off in his like form and physique and everything. Stands very tall and proud. He has on a white kind of like sailor-like shirt, like you'd imagine, is very basic. It's kind of opened in the front. He has on these kind of deep blue pants, and there's a necklace that's just kind of sitting there with the symbol of Southbrook on it. You can see it kind of like sticking up and like hanging out a little bit. He doesn't have like any eccentric kind of clothes on. There's no patch anywhere or anything like that. And he has a very, very ornate, nice cutlass on his left side that he doesn't like put his hand on or even go near. Just kind of. You can see his knuckles are very, very fat and kind of hairy. He's just standing before you. So, where you want to see the map? He kind of puts his hand over
We
towards
heard
it.
great things. We have a map, but it's kind of lacking. We haven't really been all over the world yet, so
Where have we, but we've tried. Go ahead and take a gander.
Cool.
If you have questions, feel free.
Yeah. How are you, not to pry, how are you handling the whole scenario that happened over the past few days?
Definitely makes you feel like a fool. But, nonetheless...
I can understand that. Well, at least you're still, loyal. I think many people could easily, want to leave or step down after something like that happens, so...
Yeah. I served Lucan for a long time. He's a good man. Raised his boy right, so... At first I thought that things were definitely awry, but... I did my duty. Tried my best. Knowing now, though, that everything is in the right order and how it should be. Getting back to doing what we were. Trying to progress and explore.
Thank you for letting us take a look at your map.
Certainly. And he just kind of sits and leans back a little bit. Immediately when you kind of walk around the side to kind of get a good view of the map, you can see that it is very, very well, very, very drawn very well and laid out and everything. There's almost even spacing between continents and everything too. There are these very, very faint kind of grid lines that go across the entire map itself as well. And there is also an additional continent that you can see very, very far west, actually within the Sea of Souls. And Ezeron is actually not on this map. There's just kind of this writing at the top that says Ezeron and then an arrow pointing upward kind of towards the northern side where the Dragon's Maw Ocean is. That tundra continent is there. There's a couple of small islands kind of around that.
This is very well made. Do you guys have a royal cartographer or something?
I do the maps myself.
Oh. Well, not to trouble you too much, but could we possibly commission you to make a copy?
I created this map over several years.
Oh.
We have two of them.
Oh.
One that sits on my ship and one that is here in the war room.
Okay, well,
But, I mean,
that's okay. We
could take a bit of time, maybe a smaller version of it, but...
Yeah, that would be great. We don't need something so...
I'll see what I can do. Maybe next time you're in Southbrook.
Oh, alright.
It'd probably take me a few months to
Yeah,
get
that,
it all.
that makes sense, yeah. Alright, well...
This map's gonna sit here forever.
Do we have a map? Or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have...
Well,
it's pretty much that, but...
I'm just gonna try my best.
Well, we had the maps on the ship as well.
Yeah.
Yes, you do have those maps. But they're not, currently on your person.
Well, I'm gonna take that map, and I'm just gonna try and plot out the distance to the far west continent and kind of any differences between that one.
Lendram also is actually on the map.
Okay.
So almost where that burn hole where Southbrook says is actually where Lendram is.
Okay.
Yeah, you're unsure if Finn actually had it mapped out there, but it just got burnt or tore out. But that's that is a very accurate representation of how your guys' map actually looks. That is literally it. It's just not colored and everything. Obviously, it's just kind of got that very rustic look to it. But that's exactly how it would be.
Okay.
And then you don't actually have enough space to try to put where that large continent is on the side, but you can definitely make note of it and maybe draw something over to the side, but you'll definitely have it on there. Other than that, there's no other real discrepancies.
Alright.
Finn's map's actually pretty accurate.
Mostly what I wanted to do is just kind of take note of it on this one, and then on the other map that we have on the ship, I could probably draw everything out more detailed.
Yeah. Understood.
So I'll just do that however long that takes me.
Got it.
Alright, well, I think I got everything I needed. Thank you for letting us view this awesome map.
Certainly. If you travel west, it's a continent of which many people have not been to. We were outside it for a little while, never actually made land. But it's there, and we know it's there.
What, oh, you never
It's
went
just
there?
a little treacherous traveling across the Sea of Souls.
Yeah,
We've seen the land,
sounds
just
dangerous.
never actually... We didn't have enough supplies at the time, not enough men to safely...
What did you like get a good view of it from the shore?
There was one thing that we saw that was a little odd. A lot of men were probably hallucinating, but the men swore that they saw a flying ship.
That's pretty strange.
Indeed. Mind you, we'd been on a long journey for a long time. Many of the men, as I said, we did not have a lot of supplies, only enough to get back, so we were fasting and doing our best to ration everything out. So we just detailed back and have not been back since. That was roughly around the same time that we were beginning to prepare to attack Lendram. So hopefully now we can get back to doing what we were, exploring and discovering new places.
Yeah.
Just hoping whatever it is that inhabits that land is not hostile.
You've not by chance been to Ezeron, have you? I know it's not on the map here, but
I have been to Ezeron. Once or twice, but
just like stumble upon it.
every time we've gone, it's never been calculated. It's always by luck. It's almost as if the island moves.
Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting.
Apex still just staring at the map, trying to comprehend what he's looking at.
You said
It's a big world.
your
We
men
are
saw
here.
flying ships, but have you ever heard of a ship that can go underwater?
I have not, actually. A sunken ship.
No.
That's true. Some
Maybe
ships
one that
do
can
go
move
underwater.
underwater. We've heard some things about that. Just wondering,
We'll see.
who knows what?
Yeah.
I've never come across anything of the like.
What's the Sea of Souls like? I hear it's pretty wild.
Water is treacherous. There are monsters along that sea that I myself fear at times.
Yeah.
But if you know what you're doing and you have your wits about you and a good captain and a good ship and crew, you can manage it.
Okay.
Should we hire more people then? Cause
I
like
don't know. I think we did a pretty good job, but like the rotation kind of takes a lot out of
that also is more like calm water.
you. Yeah. Well, we're mostly going to be in calm water for now.
You have a ship yourselves.
Oh yeah. The it's
Peacemaker.
the
Peacekeeper.
the Peacekeeper.
Well, I could give you any recommendations. Find some good crew members, other than, you know, a lot of you. What kind of ship is it?
Keelboat.
Hey,
Remembered.
who helms this ship?
Captain Ander. Wetfoot.
Pleasure, Captain. Shakes your hand. How long have you been sailing?
Like as a captain?
Just the seas in general.
Oh, like 12 years.
You
Somewhere
have
around there.
experience. More experience than many of my admirals, actually. If you're ever looking for a job in the Navy, you let me know.
I quit the keepers. I'm bored. Okay, I'm just kidding. I can't do that.
Alright, I was going to get the paperwork in order, but
Used to be a pirate. You didn't say that.
But
you sailed as a pirate.
it was like involuntarily kept on board.
He was a prisoner.
Prisoner. That's the one.
Well, at least you took something from it. If you've got enough, where did you actually come from when you sailed to Southbrook?
Port Greed?
Mm-hmm.
Port Creed to Southbrook. It's a long journey. If you were able to make that, sure you have enough knowledge to travel the Sea of Souls.
Have any recommendations as far as crew goes?
There's a few crews that are along. Well, they can be a bit dodgy at times, but If you look in the tavern here, time to time they frequent it. A couple of them are from Azash. There's a small crew of Bengaran that were
I like them already.
once
Fire.
they came here to join the navy, but they were a bit reckless. Good sailors and strong crew, but not to my liking. They couldn't be disciplined. They were not good soldiers. They were very free-spirited, and I myself didn't have a problem with it, but in the navy it is a little dangerous. Their
We were
leader.
in Azash, and we met someone who said they were from the Navy, and they weren't very keen to doing anything.
They were really disrespectful. We're the keepers. We're
in the
keepers.
Golden Fleet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you remember what, like, they said
Woman
they
was
were?
our captain?
There was a woman captain.
Whoa.
Cordelia.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, believe it or not, she's good people.
They wanted to probably fight us.
I'm sure that they probably
They
did. She can be a
definitely
little
wanted to fight
reckless.
me. I
I'll
don't know about
definitely
Connor,
speak
but
with her.
They definitely wanted to fight me.
I'll speak with her.
Okay.
She's she feels she has to prove herself time and time again. She's the only admiral in the fleet that is a woman. So at times she can be a little overbearing, if you would. Forward. Downright rude, but
That one.
she tries to force her authority in places she shouldn't. Where was this that you had met her? It was in Azash, you said?
Yeah, we were trying to leave. Trying to find a way to... Where were we going at that time?
Well, that was before we had our ship. We were going back to Ophelia.
Well,
Yeah.
no, we were going down.
Oh, that was to get to...
The desert.
Yeah, to Nasayun.
Yeah.
My fleets typically do not go in that direction.
No, that's what she said, I think.
Just enough.
I also like that she was way too important. to help
Regardless
us.
of who you are, she should have treated you with respect. Civilian or king. I'll speak with her, don't worry. Not going to say it will change her ways, but she's a strong captain, so it's
Realistically, we'll never run into her.
irreplaceable. As I was saying though, that that crew that's in the tavern, Ajasa, he's their leader.
You guys ever like had any run-ins with the Taken Serpent? Do you even know what that is? Heard of
He
that?
kind of looks. What do you know of the serpent?
That's the ship I was on. Prisoned.
I fear that ship more than I do some sea monsters.
Oh shit, that's wild.
They have weaponry that I could not even fathom. Or we are advanced and prosperous as a kingdom, but the things that they have, we don't stand a chance.
I might actually like be able to help with that. By the way, like I got like I pull up my notebook. I got like
Plans?
actually I don't have that in my. Hey,
Andrew
gotta put
starts the
pirates
Steel
with
Age.
guns that when they have guns.
That's true.
I actually just have. Oh,
Plans?
Do I give him a pistol, or did I give him plans to the pistol?
A pistol.
You gave him a list.
Give him the pistol.
Andy pointed it at us.
You still got this.
Take it easy!
I got this thing. I'm not gonna lie. I may have been half the reason why they have that like upgraded weaponry. But oh, here, take. I give him the plans to like the pistol.
Takes it forward.
We've seen that stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Set it down. The serpent itself took out 5 of our galleons on its own. If this is any help, I appreciate it.
Well, I think Ander knows you won't use it for war.
Oh, I also have another thing. I'd still need like the plans to this one, but you could like copy it. It's in here somewhere. Oh, actually, I got a bunch of things that could probably help you. Is there something I could like talk to for this? Actually, you probably seem like the guy that I would talk to. That makes sense.
I try to be as on hands with everything as I can be. Whether it comes down to repairing the ships, upgrading them, things of that nature. I have a little bit of blacksmithing behind my belt, but nothing like this.
I'm so ready to just have all the guns in the world.
There is actually something. I spoke with the king. You're heading to Lendram, yes?
Yep.
To go to Iandros?
That's the plan.
Currently, yes.
I won't give any more information, but there is an individual in Iandros by the name of Bori. He's a gnomish man. Not as if he is man anymore, but if you are able to bring him back, he could be of great help. I know of Bori, actually.
Oh. Okay.
What?
Tinkerer Bori. He is responsible for the creation of Warforged. At least I think he is.
It's kind of odd.
Wait, the guy who made Warforges in
Iandros.
Wait, Iandros or
London?
He's
thought the
probably in
wrong place.
Iandros. You'll learn a lot more when you find it. I've never been, but everything I've been told, they do not let very many people go to Iandros. When you get to Lendram, I hope you have good reason for going, or they will not let you.
Well, that's a good reason.
You can skip, see, hopefully enough. Like I said, if you find this Bori individual, whether it be by force or of his free will, bring him back.
Hopefully by free will. We don't really like to force people anywhere. Cool. You want to stay here while you go over all your plans with him?
Probably.
We'll just go do what we need to do.
That works.
Okay. Well, see you in a little bit.
I'll catch up to you guys later.
Yep. Anybody else got anything they need to do?
Yeah. But it's kinda.
Do you want? Is it like a personal thing?
Kinda.
Okay. Well, we can leave you to it. I got some stuff I want to do. So.
Alright.
There's like a cool magic item shop.
Is there?
Yeah. I don't know if you want to check that out. We could wait for you.
I'll go there later.
Okay.
Or we should check it out later.
Yeah, we could do that. I'll wait till you're done and then you can just come find us.
I also want to go there.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll make a group trip out of it.
Alright.
Well,
Oh shit.
oh, fuck.
Is it still?
That's
the hammer
that's
still?
foreshadowing, dude.
He's gonna die.
That's foreshadowing.
He's gonna fall
Yeah,
off
the
a cliff.
hammer's glued on.
Yeah, that bad boy's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere anymore, but
It's just a little.
Still
crooked.
shouldn't be dropping it. Okay.
well, we'll just kind of hang out here at the palace while you do what you need to do. Then, I think. I don't know. Does you want to do anything else besides go to that magic item shop?
No,
I
fine.
guess it's just me, you, and Skip right now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. This map really giving me a headache.
What? You have a headache?
Yeah. Makes no sense to me.
Oh, the map?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so like we're here, and
Yeah.
this is like the world around us
Okay.
in larger and larger distances.
So where am I from?
Here. That's Azash. This whole, well, mostly like this half is Azash. This other half is now Sayun, but you can kind of see the little divider.
Wow.
Yep. It's like an easy way to keep track of where you are, where you're going, what the world looks like. It was an outlandish concept to me at first too. I didn't really get it. I just kind of knew where I was going all the time.
So like from here
Yeah, it's like
to there, it was like a couple months.
Yep. It's very big, but very small.
I don't
really
understand
small.
either, but
Where were we when we killed hags?
Up here. I think roughly somewhere around there.
And where's our new home?
Somewhere around here.
Okay, yeah. Alright. Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. Alright, well.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Keepers.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought we were doing this in our own chambers.
I imagine you were just like on the map.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Later.
sure you have matters to attend to, and those plans, they're probably no good to us until Bori is actually in our presence.
Nope.
If I can hold on to this one though, and he holds up the pistol
Maybe
one.
we could just like make copies while we go to, like on our journey.
See what I didn't even make these.
Oh. I mean,
That's my
you could just
brother.
like copy
Yep.
them though.
Have you seen Anders' handwriting?
Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's fair.
If you want, I can show you things about the Taken Serpent. We try to track it as best we can.
So you actually like tracking it?
We're doing our best.
That would be nice.
Alright, so as you guys make your way off on your own separate kind of paths there, Anders staying behind with Albert Fletcher, who, even though he is has a huge title, he's a big guy, he's very humble, very, very down-to-earth individual, just kind of talks to you plainly. Makes his way over within this war room. There is this kind of stack of scrolls on the side that he walks over to and kind of pulls two from, sets them down, and opens them up to reveal two maps that are similar to the ones that Finn has drawn. That western continent isn't there. It's a lot more downsized. There's a lot of lines and things that are drawn on it. And then both of them also have like these lines that are kind of all over them, with like a number that's next to the line, and then all of these small little notes that are along the lines. It's very all over the place and scattered. But after he kind of sits there for a moment and looks, this is the last known place of where we saw the serpent a month ago. He kind of points over towards the kind of northwestern part of Ophelia, kind of on the top part where the river starts to make its way into the Dragon's Maw Ocean. They were spotted here. A shipment was actually leaving Port Rubenheim. Some of our men saw it. I've always told everyone in the fleet to not engage the Taken Serpent, as inevitably they will sink. They lost a lot of good men to the Serpent. The captain on that ship is ruthless. He's without remorse. He has no humanity to him. He's a strong captain. Better captain than I probably am.
He's alright.
Hopefully the information helps. It's not much, but if we ever get updates, if we ever find where they're docked, we'll let you know.
Okay. Thank you. Also, if you do like some at one time like capture them or like take over their ship, my brother is on there. He's also like they like captured both of us together. He's like, you could tell who he is. We look pretty similar. He's also really short.
Right.
He's a little bit shorter than me. Just putting that out there. Okay, I'm lying. He's taller than I am. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Very well. In the event that happens, we'll do so. There may be a time that comes, though, where we'll need your help in order to stop the ship. But if we ever do beforehand, I'll be sure.
I'll be glad to help. So I kind of feel guilty about the people you lost. It's kind of my fault. A little bit. A lot of it.
It's alright. You may have created the weapons, but it's their choice to do what they want with them. It was a pleasure, Captain. Thanks, stand forward.
It's a pleasure, Captain.
He shakes your hand.
Admiral. Sorry.
It's alright.
Not go with these title things.
It's fine. You mean well.
Well, have a good day.
You as well. Makes his way over to the map, and you walk out. It's for the three of you. Where are you guys heading?
I think we're just kind of hanging out at the castle until he's done with whatever he needs to do.
Okay.
I'm going to the Margrove estate.
Alrighty.
He's gonna blow it up.
Meteor! They told me to flex on him with the meteor. Watch this shit.
Lord Margrove, we'll teach you. Not coming to dinner. Now you're never coming to dinner.
Alright. Make your way over towards the estate. Walking over there feels strange. Feel almost like this pit in your stomach. You feel nervous, your kind of palms are sweating. Your knees are not weak.
Mom's spaghetti.
No.
Oh. Shit.
So,
I'm gonna drop bombs.
No.
you two said you were heading towards the arcane shop, right?
No, we were gonna wait until we grouped back.
Okay. Okay.
So just that.
All right. Making your way over to the estate. It feels like a long walk. It's not very far from the actual palace, though. Getting up to the estate, you can see it before you. The gates are, one of them is like slightly opened. There is a couple of people like working on the grounds over there, like, clipping at bushes or pulling weeds. Doesn't seem like there's actually like a carriage here or anything. The front's kind of empty.
No guards. Nothing. Slip right in the gates. Walk up to the front doors.
Yep. Get up to the door. There's probably a good minute to two that passes before the door opens up. You see a gentle, kind of older woman. Kind of squints her eyes.
Is Lord Margrove in today?
Lord Margrove? Yes, he is. He's in his study. Who's asking?
Connor Kepler.
Very well, Miss Kepler. If you would, inside. You can wait in the lounge area. I'll fetch him. She stumbles her way off. You get into there. Kind of sitting down, waiting for a while. Probably a good 5 minutes pass. You can hear footsteps kind of in the distance, slowly approaching. You see stepping into the entryway of the small lounge area that's here as you're seated, Lord Margrove. He has on this very, very long kind of trench coat type apparel. His shirt underneath is this white button-up. He has on the actual coat itself a very, very eccentric symbol carved into it of the kind of house and on the platform with the waves and ship, his kind of family crest, kind of standing upright.
Stand up. I just want a couple minutes of your time. That's all it really is.
You've already wasted one.
Okay. You know, for a long time now, I've thought that I've had to prove myself to a lot of people, including you. And then whenever I think about it, I'm not proving myself to anybody except myself. When I think about proving myself to other people, I think of what I'm proving that for. Am I trying to look better for them? Am I trying to be a better person? Am I trying to just help those around me? But when I think of you, all I can think of is that there's nothing that I can really bring to my mind right now to try to impress myself for you or better myself. You see, I went to the keep and I learned so many things. I left the keep. We destroyed a terrible evil that saved the world. We go to another continent just to help. And that's what I found my purpose is to help those people around me. Not help their greed or help their... How can I put this? I just wanted to say that I don't care what you think of me. It's just something I have to get off my chest. And I don't really care on how the future goes because I have to live it as best I can for the amount of time I have left.
13 years. 14, sorry.
So that's all I wanted to say. I'll leave now.
You go to step out the door. Gonna.
Turn around.
Wow.
Check in. I will let Karina know you stopped by. The door closes behind you. That kind of nervous pit you felt in your stomach is almost this little bit of adrenaline and this kind of fuel that you can feel that you kind of let off a breath and feel at ease, at peace with something you didn't even realize you were like carrying around all the time. Make your way back to the palace. As you're making your way out towards the gate, you can see a carriage kind of approaching the front of the house. It stops and kind of slows up. Stepping out, she kind of takes a couple of steps down in this very, very kind of deep greenish blue dress. Her hair is pulled all the way up. She kind of steps out very proper and kind of holds the dress up as she gets down and then lets it fall. Connor.
Hi.
Been waiting for you to get back.
A lot of stuff's happened in the past couple of days. You haven't noticed.
I heard, and I'm proud of you. I didn't know that you actually were doing things like that. It just was hard to actually picture you in a different light like that.
The person dying was nothing part of my plan or my idea. That had nothing to do with me or the rest of us. Just one guy, not me.
I believe you, and I'm glad you.
The
stopped
dragon, though,
by.
I did make that invisible. That was pretty cool.
It's a dragon.
Yep.
Didn't know because it was invisible.
King didn't just fly away by itself. That was me.
I'm
Handsome.
definitely impressed. I'm just glad you stopped by here before you left.
I just had a quick chat with your father, and you know.
You what? How did that go?
Fine. But I don't know how to really say this, but we're leaving tomorrow, and there's some people out there that we have to help, and that's what I gotta work on right now.
She kind of reaches forward and grabs your hand and kind of pulls it in front of her. I mean, I kind of figured this was what this was going to be now. We both have very different lives now, and different purposes. I can see a lot of good that I can do here in Southbrook, after I take over for my father. Building new homes, and I've tried to make plans to make a better residential area in the Lighthouse Ward, and you are...
Take down that damn gate.
We are. And you're saving the world. But you're just going to continue to keep saving the world again and again and again.
Gotta keep the peace.
And before, when we were younger, it just seemed like it was just us, and that's all there was going to be. But the world's a lot bigger than just the two of us.
Yeah. There's things out there that nobody can even imagine until you see them.
I'm sure. And I thought that the most out-of-the-world thing that there was what we're capable of.
There's... well... Before we leave tomorrow, I'll show you something.
Alright. If you don't get a chance to come by, though, I understand. I need to get inside, though. Mm-hmm. She walks past and waits for a moment, and then continues to walk inside.
I'm still disappointed there was no meteor there. As she walks into the house, I drop a meteor.
That's what he was waiting for. Wait for it.
Close the door.
But you all kind of group back up within the Citadel, kind of awaiting Connor to get back. Whether you're in the war room, just kind of walking around below. You eventually rally everybody back up to do whatever it is you were planning on doing.
Magic shop?
Yep, to the magic shop. Somebody...
Have you guys been there yet?
Nope. Haven't been there.
Do you know who runs it?
Nope. Just know it's in the shopping area over by the elixir shop.
You haven't actually been that many places here.
No, I really haven't. At least we didn't start the Civil War, though.
Wait, we did start a civil war.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. We prevented one.
I guess that's kind of true.
Oh, okay. Let's head to this item shop. See if there's any cool stuff. Stuff that might help us get to Iandros.
Alrighty. Make your way over to the shop there. That's a bit of a hike to get all the way over there. Along the walk, you're kind of looking around. You can see that there's a different vibe that the city's kind of giving off as before, where it was this very, very busy and it seemed very crowded. And even through all of that kind of chaos, there was a little bit of order, and you could see that there's some sort of society and everything was working and functioning well. But now it seems like people are actually living and enjoying being here, and it's prosperous. And in that short amount of time, like the last 2 days, people are, being given back that coin that was stolen from them through the taxes. That gate is actually kind of like semi-open up. There's still guards that are there, but it's not this, show of force type of thing, and there's no brutality going on in the streets. You know, people aren't just getting random elbows and knocked out and taken away. It's a lot nicer, and you can feel that kind of energy. And then you make your way over to the market district, which is still pretty heavily crowded, especially during this time of day. You're able to kind of shoulder your way through and make your way into the arcane shop. Penlador, let me double check, make sure. Pretty sure that's his name. Yeah, it is. Making your way up to the actual storefront, the shop itself doesn't seem too large. It's probably, I wouldn't say no bigger than this room, but probably the square footage of probably a good a good 2 bedrooms just kind of pushed together. So it's probably only like a good 30 feet long. It's still a good sized building, but like when you're inside and you actually get yourself indoors and look around, there are a lot of these tables that are kind of set up. Probably about 4 of them that you can see. There's like 2 in the back, 2 towards the front, and then there's this long kind of countertop almost in a way in the center part. Each of them have on them some sort of an item, whether it be some sort of a cloak, robes, this kind of a circular orb. There's also like weapons that are all over the place, a lot of cutlasses, and they're kind of just like floating on top of this the counter. They're not actually set on top of it. There's like a good foot gap beneath it, and they're just kind of sitting there. They're kind of like lightly moving, but it's nothing like, you know, too drastic. They're just kind of sitting there. If you kind of touch it and move it, it actually like falls down. Oh. And then after it kind of clanks and... hello? Who is there?
Hello.
Oh, he makes his way forward in the kind of dim interior in here. The inside's kind of this light purple hue as it's letting off the energy beneath all of these spots. You see stepping forward an elven individual, standing up very, very tall, probably at least like 6 feet. His hair is kind of pulled up into this very, very tall ponytail that kind of curves up at the top and goes down his back. His ears very pointed, features very, very soft. He has on a very, very tight kind of blue vest that has these shoulder pads, and then a little bit to the side they kind of poke out, and then he's got long kind of blue leather pants. Greetings.
Hi there, Apex.
Apex, nice to meet you. I'm Penlador, the enchanter here in the city. Don't get very much business, and it seems like a good amount of you are here right now.
Yeah.
Is there something I can do for you? I have a few items that I sell in store, but most of my work is primarily enchanting.
Just here to browse and possibly buy some magic items, depending on what you have.
Very well. Certainly.
We don't really have time for commissioned work, I don't think.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
If you ever do need it, though,
Unless you could do it in like 1 day.
there are a few enchantments that I can do within a few hours, days.
Oh,
It just depends on what it is. Minor to maybe more moderate enchantments. The more rare ones are a bit more difficult.
So they came in on the first day.
Nonetheless, though, I do have a few items in shop.
Yeah, what you got?
Many of them are a little more pricey, as their worth is... they're much more rare. A lot of people don't really have the coin for them or the need for them, but the lot of you are adventurers, I take it?
Sort of.
Sort of. Well,
We're the keepers, by the way.
of Zaxria.
Yeah, those ones.
Wow. What absolute pleasure.
Nice to meet you as well.
As I said, Penlador, an enchanter in Southbrook.
Moldrak.
Ander.
Pleasure. Connor. Greeted by Skip and Starbrax and Eris as well. Let's just get to it then, as we will. I only have a few items here that you would probably have any interest in.
Okay.
This here, it's a ring. It has a minor enchantment to it that allows you to pretty much shone light from it. Its only purpose, it's like carrying around a fire essentially on your ring.
Okay.
He kind of takes it, puts it on, and then kind of sits there and kind of rubs it with his pinky, and then you watch this very, very bright light kind of emit outward.
Okay.
Kind of have to move your eyes to it, and then he kind of shines it down, and then rubs his pinky against it again.
Our
Takes
big
the ring
metal
off.
friend has something like that.
If you wish for something of that nature, he's brought you kind of to the back now, past those 4 pedestals and that large countertop to this kind of display case in the back. You can see that ring, and then as he shows you that ring, you kind of start to look along the wall to see everything that's there. There is a cutlass that's kind of on the wall, just kind of held up there. There is this large kind of hat that you can see that looks like this very, very eccentric kind of, I wouldn't say like a wizard's hat, but it's just kind of got this very, very, very eccentric look to it. Like it's just this big old hat. Okay. It's not like pointed like a wizard's hat. Okay. It's just kind of got this big bill to it, and then there's just a lot going on up top that you can't really tell, and especially in the dim light, you can't really make out too much of it. There's also another ring beneath the one that was kind of glowing. These lenses, similar to the lenses that you have seen before. And then there is this large kind of robe that's kind of sitting over to the side. These are the items I have readily available for sale. The first ring that I showed you. I also have this ring here.
Yeah, what does that do?
This ring, any properties that will deal with healing in any way, this will amplify them. It also has a bit of restorative magic within the ring itself.
That's pretty wild.
Oh, yes. Also, this hat here. This is absolutely one of my most favorite items I've ever created.
What does it do?
Well, I did not create it myself.
What the fuck?
My
favorite
family,
item I've ever created.
My family created it. Many of them studied in the Lyceum in enchanting and things of the sort.
Oh wow, we've done there. It's pretty
went,
nice.
It is a splendid institute. My family moved to Venore, or back to Venore after studying, brought the arcane that they learned, and Venore was not too keen on keeping it there. My father's shop was not destroyed, but he was evicted, run out of business, and they paid for the ship for us to come to Southbrook and reside here and take care of ourselves for a time. But we were pretty much sent away.
They really don't like magic there, or?
Not of arcane nature, not in any way. Natural magics. Natural magics, they are.
I could probably get in there.
Also, the hat itself is splendid.
Back to the hat.
Long time ago, in Venore,
Yep.
there are little
history lesson.
creatures that fly around. Large moths. People consider them to be lucky. The moth itself was used in an enchantment.
Yeah.
These moths are extremely hard to procure. The moth itself was used to imbue the hat with some luck.
Yeah.
And that luck was very, very, very strong.
Okay.
It actually worked much better than the family anticipated.
Yep.
It's been in the shop for generations, so it is definitely pricey.
30K. For sure.
Essentially, while you are attuned to it, anytime you roll advantage, instead of rolling 2 dice, you roll 3.
Wait, really? That hat's 50K. I lied. It's like
he kind of grabs the hat.
like
also,
quote.
very, very small minor enchantment we put on it. He puts the hat on, and then you watch like this purple like puff of smoke, and then the hat turns into like a pirate hat or something, and then he like thinks again, and it puffs, and then it turns into like a skull cap. And then it turns into like a helmet. He kind of tinks on it. It's actually like metal. He takes it and sets it. He actually like thinks
How much
again.
is the hat?
The hat itself, 10,000 gold pieces. Keepers of Zaxria, though, prime price. I'll give it to you for 7,000.
Oh, holy shit! That's a good deal. That's 3K off just for being the keepers.
He takes the hat, puts it back up.
We can afford it. It would probably break the bank a little bit. If you really want that.
What
Let's
about
think
the
about
cutlass?
Yeah, just
the
tell us
cutlass.
everything else first. We'll come back.
The cutlass itself, he takes it as he kind of grabs it. He's sitting there, holds the grabs the sword, kind of pulls it forward. The cutlass itself is has a minor enchantment. Most weaponry does. Kind of gives it a little bit of a magical edge to make it easier to hit and hurt things. This sword, however, has a, I wouldn't say mind of its own, but it has properties to it that allow it to attack on its own. For instance,
You can swing at me if you want.
well, he takes the sword and then kind of like takes his thumb along the actual curved part at the back end, and then he kind of sits there and like puts his hands back and thinks, and the sword starts to like move in the air, and then
What?
goes to slice over towards you. He doesn't actually have any bonuses though. 18 though.
Yeah, that hits.
So just 18.
Yeah.
And then
700 damage. Weird. How much is
Cuts
that?
me in half.
take 3 points of damage.
Oh, wow.
Not worth. Cutlass sucks.
Pretty cool.
Also, the robe over here.
Yeah,
the
that
last
robe is-
item we have.
robe's pretty sick
on
too.
here. I will just do a demonstration.
Yeah.
I won't give it much of a introduction.
Yeah.
Takes the robe, puts it on. You can see as he puts it on, it's this kind of very, very deep black color.
Oh.
As he puts it on, kind of ties the belt on it.
Yep.
Puts his hands. His hands are definitely a little like long for it, so it comes up to like about here. All right. After I use this magical property, though, it will not be able to be used for a day. So here we go.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Is it like...
He waves, and then you see this big
Oh,
black like swirl.
where did he go?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He kind of waves, and then you look back towards the door where you can see him now standing.
Oh, wow, that one's cool. That's like... That's pretty sick. Oh, do you want something like that? No? Okay.
Can you do it again?
1 time a day.
What the... Was that the last
Anything
thing?
else? You got anything else? Like something behind the counter that we can't see?
Something readily to sale? I do not, unfortunately. Most of everything that you see out there, and he points to the counters and pedestals, is being enchanted and commissioned by other people currently.
Okay. How much... I pull out my already enchanted hammer. Could you improve upon this within like the next day or so?
He kind of grabs it and
Or could you make this one that's not enchanted the same as that one?
it would probably be easier to improve the enchantment already upon this.
Okay.
If it's what I think and it's the same enchantment already upon the cutlass, that just kind of makes it a little easier to hit. And
Yeah.
he kind of drops it in front of him, just like right like over the ground, but as he drops it, it just kind of like uprights itself. And he has his hands kind of around it. You can see these like purple beads that are going on it, and he's kind of manipulating it, moving it around, kind of spins it, pulls it upward, and then you watch him like actually pull and separate it, and like the whole hammer like almost like looks like it explodes in a way. And then he kind of goes into the inside and pulls like from the center part of it. You can see this like purple like bead of energy that goes like up the whole like handle of it that he pulls outward.
Holy shit.
Here's the enchantment that's already applied on it. I can easily add to it, and then he pushes it back in and then closes it all back up to what it was and hands it to you. It's quite heavy.
What just happened?
I'm like trying to... How did he do that? How did you do that?
Can you do it?
Years and years of studying.
Can you do anything
enchanting.
with this enchantment here?
Oh, yeah.
I give him my the like
His,
pouch thing.
Yeah,
These things
he just
are-
grabbed the pouch, like with the deck in it still. This is extraordinary work, actually. And he kind of like holds it forward and then drops it in front of him. A couple of the cards kind of like go to fall out as it does it, but then they shift back in. Takes as he's holding it, kind of spins it around. Takes the top part and like pulls all the cards out and pushes them to the side. They're just kind of like floating in air right now in this like little bit of a purple arcane bubble. He takes the pouch. Takes the pouch and kind of pulls it. So it seems that this is some sort of a holster for all of the magic. You could put just about anything that could be thrown within this, actually. Takes it and you watch him do the same thing where he pulls his hands apart and it explodes and looks like a bunch of leather bits that are flying in the air. Finds this like blue little bead that's like in the shape of like, you could see like, it's almost like drawn like a square. Like a cube, actually, not just a square. So it's like the edges of the actual pouch or where the enchantment is. He kind of pulls it forward. Here's the actual enchantment itself. Just kind of has a little bit of a returning enchantment on it. It's very basic.
Whoa!
It's good work though. It's good. Did you do it yourself?
No way.
Oh, your offense is unwarranted. Then I don't understand why.
it's really.
But the enchantment itself, as I was getting to, can be altered a little bit. You can either get rid of it to where it doesn't have the throwing, like when you throw whatever's inside, it returns. That effect can go away, and you can change it for something else, or it is a little tricky, although it's simple. There's a lot that can be done with it. It just depends on if you were looking for something specifically.
I have no idea.
That doesn't help me very much.
That's a good point.
Do you want them to be able to like hit harder, or?
I think the cards are... Can you look at the cards?
You only want the cards enchanted?
The cards are... I'm pretty sure they already are enchanted.
I'll take a look. And he pulls the pouch and closes it and pushes it up into the side, pulls the cards down towards him, and then takes his hand and it's a little trickier. Pushes it all back into like one deck and then does like a little bit of a movement where they all just kind of like explode and there's like millions of little itty bitty bits of paper. He kind of pushes them all to the side and then there is a minor enchantment upon them. He kind of pulls it outward. This enchantment will fade in time.
Wait, what? I'm scared.
Where'd you get this done?
It was what was the name of that town with the fight pits? Where Orem fought those people in the arena. I don't know the name.
Somewhere in the mountains?
Holy shit, that
I
was a while ago.
drew a picture of it. Hang on, that'll be close to wherever.
I can...
Okay.
Since you're a keeper, if you choose to purchase anything, included in that, I will take this enchantment off and put a new one in to just amplify the damage more.
It wasn't. It was accuracy.
Farhelm?
And okay. He's gonna take the accuracy out and just make it damage and stuff.
Farhelm.
Oh, wait, that might be better. Plus 12 is already pretty foggy.
Yeah, I mean,
But like, I kind of like when I get the natural 20, you just go, that's 33.
32 sounds just as good.
That sounds like a deal, but we gotta buy something first.
Exactly.
Like
and
that hat.
he kind of closes it and then hands you the deck back with the holster.
We do need to buy a crew as well.
Oh, that's a good point.
Do we really need one for a 3-day journey, though?
I don't know.
Like, maybe we can go there,
Yeah,
do
I
our thing,
guess.
come back here, maybe?
Can you do anything with this? Like make the claw?
Oh,
Oh my god! He goes to like lift your arm. I cannot. That is not natural or an inanimate object, so I cannot affect it in any way.
Okay.
If you would put it away, though, that would be splendid.
Okay. Yeah.
you alright, Apex?
Weird.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just as shocked as you are, but like, I guess I'm not expressing it. Anyways,
Is he alright?
I think he's good. Yeah.
Alright, very well.
Just a little culture shock. How much for the hammer and the cards?
If you want me to do that just on their own, well,
And how long will it take?
to do both, I'd say probably midday tomorrow. I'll have them both done.
Our boat will be ready tomorrow, but that doesn't mean we have to leave.
That's true. How does everybody feel about this hat? Anders seemed like he really wanted it. I know it's very
Pretty
expensive.
cool looking.
It's also very expensive.
It is very expensive.
If we do the hat, the cards and that. I'll do it all for the same price I was going to sell you the hat.
Oh, that's actually a really good deal.
Bug ass deal.
Yeah.
I'll put this 5 gold towards the hat.
Are we all on board then? It's good. Okay. Well, you take. We don't have that much gold. Do you take payment in gemstones?
Oh, certainly. I can use them for enchanting.
Okay, cool. I pull out 2 more of the 3-pound emeralds.
Grab it.
1, 2, and then the rest we'll do in gold.
Okay.
That should be roughly 6,000.
Works for me. Sets it down.
I think he was literally about to say, "I'll just take those."
Well, and I just here's the remaining gold.
Thank you very much. Begins to kind of sort through it. I appreciate the business. I'll have the hammer and the. You wanted the enchantment upon the cards done? Yes.
Yeah.
Very well. I'll take the cards.
So you said it was the one on there is limited timed?
It's only because sometimes people that enchant aren't very good at making it stick. They tend to put the enchantment on the outside, let it seep in, as opposed to putting it into the root of the item. As you saw where I had taken it apart, that not many people can do that or even know of how to do it. So it's not his fault, it's just ignorance is all.
And the hat.
Oh, yes, certainly, sorry. And he grabs it in the kind of metal form that it's in, hands it forward. Only one wearer can actually use the properties of it. It has to be attuned to your person.
So I got a steel cap until...
You can change the property of what it looks like at any time.
Take off my hat. Put my hat into the bag. Put that hat on and turn that hat into the hat that I just put in the bag.
Very well.
I'm gonna...
What's that hat name?
did you make this by yourself?
It's like a lucky thing for...
His hat flings,
Yeah.
okay. The hat, by the way, is called Half Man's Hat. Guess it was made for me.
It's literally made for you.
Well, I'm not unattuned from that poison necklace that I've had on this entire time.
I still have that. I'm just gonna keep wearing it. I don't have any more magical items.
That's an RPG for you. I've
Yeah.
ever seen one. No fucking use for this, but I'm just gonna fill a slot because it's better than
If I
something
ever get
basic.
poisoned,
Give me 15 minutes.
Midday tomorrow, I'll have both enchantments done. The enchantment upon the hammer, what would you like for it to be altered to? Currently, right now, it's just the +1, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Could I have him make it +2?
I can make it a plus. I can either. Okay, I'm not gonna. He can
Yeah.
either make it a +2 for like, +2 to hit, +2 damage, or he can just do a +3 for either end.
Oh, so +2 for both or +3
For one.
One.
Right.
Okay.
Wait, that's so positive. Plus 2 for both?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with +2 for both.
Got it. Okay. I'll have both enchantments done by midday tomorrow.
What is gonna happen to the cards?
I'll take out the accuracy enchantment and place a damage enchantment inside instead.
Works for me.
Alright, well, thank you for your business.
Thank you very much. I don't get much of it, so I appreciate it.
Yep.
You've probably set me up for a good 2 months now of living, so
Cool. Well,
probably much more, actually.
if you got gold, spend it,
Or don't if you don't need.
Yeah, I
like,
guess
you need
so.
to hold on to it.
Yeah. I mean,
Is there anything else I can do for you?
I don't know. I don't think so. At the moment.
Do you have any, like, interesting magic books or books on magic or anything like that?
Only thing is I really do have are books on enchanting.
Okay.
No, doesn't interest you.
Alright.
Alright.
Can you do anything with this necklace?
Certainly. Whatever you have in mind, I can try to do something.
I don't know anything.
You don't know anything.
He's
All
not
right.
very versed in magic, so. Well,
Might be able to make it so might be harder to hit, or
oh yeah, could you do
maybe a
something
little
like
bit
that?
tougher.
I can put a protective enchantment on it, a constitutive enchantment upon it, strength, intelligence, dexterity.
Good idea.
Which one do you want to do?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, you're, I don't know.
I will have to charge you for this enchantment.
Yeah.
Endeavors.
What do you find? Do you
All I
think?
got is this potion.
It's okay, we have gold.
Yeah.
What do you want them to do?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, you're one of us.
Alright.
One of us. One of us.
Alright. Shit, I don't know.
Which one do you think is going to help you the most?
Maybe being faster? I don't know.
Yeah. Could you make him faster?
I can put some sort of a speed enhancement upon it. To move faster or be innately faster.
What he means.
So do you want to try to improve your dexterity score, or do you want like movement speed?
Dex.
We gotta go fast, Sean. We gotta go fast. What's your dex score right now?
16.
16? Okay. So you just take it forward. It'd probably be at least, I'd say, 3,000 gold pieces to get this enchantment done.
Alright.
You've done a lot of business for me now, and you are keepers, so I can do it for 2.
Okay.
You don't have to do this. You don't
No,
want.
I mean, it's cool, we have the money, but we're really cutting it close.
Did we pay for all of our ship?
Yeah.
The kingdom paid for all
Do
of
you
it.
accept payments in raptor hide?
Raptor hide?
I pull out like a big skin.
It's actually quite interesting. Make a research check.
Oh. 18.
How much do you have?
Roughly 4 pounds.
All 4 pounds. And we'll say 1,500 gold.
1,000.
1,250 and 4 pounds.
1,100.
1,250 is all I can do, I'm sorry.
Alright.
Wow.
Is that a good deal? I don't.
That's really good stuff.
You just like it, I can probably make a nice hat or legs, like pants. I'll figure it out.
Make a nice
Boots.
anything.
Boots, yeah.
And then enchant them.
Yeah. Might stink.
I'll probably have that done a little later than the others, but I'll get on the 3 of them right away.
Okay, cool. Well, we're staying at the palace if you...
You're at the palace.
Yeah.
Citadel of Sand. Wow.
Yeah.
Probably should have charged you more if you were able to stay there.
Nope.
But
No,
we're not paying
it
for
was
it.
just free. We're the keepers.
That was...
Remember that part?
You have bankrupted us.
I appreciate your business.
Yep. We still have enough to hire a crew, I think. But we don't need to probably do that now. Probably do it after we come back.
Yeah. I just don't see a point in paying for a crew that we're going to see for 3 days and then we're not going to see them for God knows how long we're going to be underwater.
Yeah. Alright, well...
We probably would have to pay them for the whole time that
Yeah.
they're...
Alright, well... Do you have anything else we need to do?
No.
Okay.
Where are we going?
Back to the Citadel, I guess.
Okay.
Do you want to fast forward to the next day and everything?
Yep.
To start getting everything moving? Sounds good. Alrighty, so, rest. No hit points or spell slots were lost, but You're attuned to your item now, so your rolls with advantage are now 3 instead of the 2. So I mean that even applies to like if you do your gambling points and have that, like where you get the advantage rolls or whatever. Anytime you have advantage for anything at any moment, it's 3 instead of 2. Any attunements? Any attunement in it? Yeah, it's not like you can do it so many times a day. It's just whenever.
That was worth the 7,000
what the
gold, dude. Holy
That was
cow.
like a 60k hat, I'm telling you.
You guys get your was a 10,000 gold item, but also nice.
Add another 0.
Whenever you said something else about it, I was like, that's another 10,000 he's adding on to it right now.
Right.
Doesn't get a lot. Doesn't
It
get a lot
just
of
kept
business.
getting
It's cool, man.
more and more. Yeah. Okay, so you guys get all your items. I can make you guys up new sheets for the stuff.
Okay.
Just a +2 to the dex, and then
Good stuff.
the +2/+2 for both, and then +2 for the damage. Yeah.
Liddy.
Does it feel different on him? He was a little worried about his necklace being ruined.
No, when you put it on, it feels the exact same, but you definitely feel like when you're putting it on, you can definitely feel the change that it does to your body after like 30 minutes of having it on. Like as you're walking, like the 30 minutes past of it being on, and you kind of feel like you're stepping a little faster, maybe avoiding a couple of like little cracks in the ground or something. But you kind of give like a oh shit.
Wow, you look very quick with that necklace on. Oh, almost couldn't see it.
That's right.
Put these ones back in here.
I'll be fast.
Damn speed.
Fast.
Well, we go get our ship.
Probably a good idea.
Might already be at the dock. Maybe we should just check there. They probably would have brought it back to the dock.
It's not even painted yet.
You know something I thought about it?
What?
Do you think we got like our dock fees waived now?
I think so.
I think
Yeah, that was part of like the 5,000 that was reimbursed. You still have your
Dock Platinum card.
yeah. They put on the ship.
Yeah, I might like. I wonder if we have to like re-up it so if it's like, hey, that's the
I
keeper.
feel like we got the lifetime.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I mean, if not, we could always just go like ask the king, probably.
How many enchantments can one item have? 'Cause there's
How
only
many?
one.
How many enchantments can one item have?
Yeah.
Probably like one major, one minor. So like that one having the one major enchantment, allowing it to give you the advantage, and then the minor being the switching of what it looks like.
Just wanted to know if I could say my bone tooth necklace was fully stacked.
The minors, you get one with this.
No, minor's like when you run, dust like kicks up behind you or something like that. It doesn't actually. Yeah.
Makes me Naruto run.
Yeah, it forces you to run with your hands straight up. Minor enchantment. If you are to run with your hands straight up behind you, you appear to run faster, but do not actually run faster.
You must make a dexterity check so you don't fall on your face.
Alright.
To the boat.
Now that you are all stocked up, geared up, and everything,
Magicked up.
you can actually see in the distance your boat being let down into the water. You can see it as you're like walking up from the top. Gets docked in the same spot it was at that very, very last slot that was there. You can see that there was like stuff blocking the dock from another boat kind of pulling into it, so kind of gets unloaded. You can see at the front of it kind of burly dwarven female. She has on that apron with like the hammers and all sorts of other stuff on it. You can see that she's like kind of visibly sweating, has a bit of like dirt on the top right side of her brow. Kind of wipes at it and kind of just smears it a little bit, looks over to you. So, your stuff's been all paid for. You're all squared away. Your ship's here and ready to go. Clyde himself actually brought some goods last night. I'm having the crew load it all on, the same ones that worked it before. But everything you needed is taken care of.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. It looks great.
As you do look at the ship itself, there is a large silver plaque on the back that says the PeaceKeeper. The font on it is very, very nice, as opposed to how it looks on there. The ship itself, on the top part of it, everywhere that you wanted that kind of blue to be, has been like kind of lightly stained onto there. It's not like this cartoony looking blue either. It's like this very, very faint kind of shimmer or stain to it. There's also quite a bit of spots on it where you can see the ship probably had a little bit of damage from like the sea tossing it around. Everything's been cleaned up and new planks have been put on. The steps leading up on the crow's nest itself have been kind of fixed. The stairs leading up to the back have been fixed. The door where the captain's quarters kind of goes in now has an actual like porthole window on it that has like a silver kind of metal banding around the edges of it. There was a couple of other things that we did, part of the king's request, but your ship's all ready to go. It's probably in better shape than it'll ever be again.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the help.
Oh.
Certainly. New ropes, everything, the sails have been redone.
Awesome.
And also, we put a little something on the sails. You'll see it when they fall.
Oh. I like that. Surprise.
Oh, okay.
It was actually a pleasure, and I had a lot of fun working on your ship. It's been an honor. Take care of yourselves and be safe out there.
Thank you for all the help.
Brimdy begins to walk away. The crew actually finishes putting all of the boxes and stuff on. The boat's currently tied down to the dock.
Are you ready to get back on the boat, Apex?
Yeah.
It's just for a few days this time, not 6 months.
It's like,
Yeah.
what, midday right now? A little bit past.
Yeah, probably like noon at the latest.
I'll leave like tomorrow morning.
Do you have more stuff you need to do?
I'll say I've had enough time here. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Do a couple goodbyes.
Okay. Yeah.
You didn't do that in the 2 days?
No, it's 2 days we just waited for the enchantments. You didn't do anything?
We could probably just do it today. Leave when it gets dark. I guess we don't have to leave when it gets dark, but we could leave in the
We really
morning.
don't have to, like, kind of.
It's the 29th now.
Not a big fan of sailing at the dark and dark.
Was it actually 2 days?
Yes.
So, we leave in the morning?
Yes.
Alright. If you want, we can leave in the morning. Do we stay on the ship, or do we go back to the...
Probably should sleep in the palace for one more day.
I'm staying on the ship. They got hammocks in there.
Yeah, that's... We could just bring one to the palace if you want.
Didn't you do what I said and just make one like on the bed itself?
Yeah, it kind of just fell and broke. Wasn't that good?
Yeah.
Fell on my ass in the middle of sleeping.
We could go to the tavern also and, like, just talk to the...
Oh yeah,
people
we
were
could tell
gonna-
them, hey, like, we'll be back, you know. I can't imagine... Well, I don't know. I don't know how long we'll be down there.
We gotta convince that guy to come back.
I don't
Or
know.
just grab them.
No.
We're just gonna steal them.
Put them in my bag.
Oh my god. We aren't supposed to murder him.
He's a warforged.
No, we don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know.
Might be one.
Yeah, he might be.
We haven't tried putting Skip in the bag.
He doesn't fit.
I thought he put his head in it.
He put his head in. He just doesn't fit.
Does your head go to the... It's just as if...
I think so.
The whole form has to be inside the bag, and then when you close the bag, it goes to the plane.
Well.
That's why it has to fit.
I can get in the bag. Pretty easily.
He'll suffocate.
So he's gonna spend a whole day saying goodbye?
I
Is
don't
it
know.
like a whole day?
I mean, we could probably say goodbye today and just leave in the morning.
Yeah, that's what it was gonna
Might as
be.
well.
I guess. I mean, it shouldn't take that long to say bye. Alright?
Yeah, but there's more than one person.
There is. Maybe say thank you to the king.
Yeah, you got to say goodbye to all your friends in the Molten Tide.
I said bye to Clyde.
Oh. What about, like, the other people?
I'm sure we'll be back.
Yeah, that's true.
It might be a while though.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we have to come back if we get that guy to come with us.
Yeah.
But that's more of just like a get off our boat thing.
Yeah, just like dropping them off.
Yeah.
Probably don't even have to. Yeah, just make them swim to shore.
Sounds about right.
I just want to go to London.
London.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Alright.
Alright, I'm going to the tavern.
Oh yeah. Alright. I'll go with you. Wanna go say goodbye to your grandpa?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you guys want to meet up over there,
Do you want us to go with you?
feel free. If you want to say goodbye. Say, hey, thanks for the food the other night.
Yeah. I guess that's true. Well, if you want to go to the tavern with us, we could just go after.
That's fine.
He might be asleep, I don't know.
He doesn't go to sleep at like 3 p.m. He eats dinner around that time sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So we might meet up for dinner?
Thanks for dinner tonight. Like, oh, didn't know you were stopping by. Alright.
Oh, we got water and crackers.
To the tavern?
Yes.
Alright.
I was staying here and watch the ship.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, a little surprised. Haven't got my ass kicked yet, being out in public. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut my odds and
Maybe just like stay below deck, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll stay on deck. They're not gonna mess with me on the ship, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
They might.
Oh, they won't be able to catch me because I'm fast now.
Yeah, that's true.
I really don't see any difference in how fast you are. I'm not sure what you guys are
You
talking
could probably
about here.
run on water now.
Are you looking with your eyes?
Wait, what? Yeah, what else am I supposed to look with?
Your eyes.
I don't know.
Alright, I'm going to the tavern. I'm out of here. Boy, I'm so confused.
Alright, don't get beat up, Apex. Don't kill anyone either. I feel like that one shouldn't have to be said, but at this point, I feel like it might need to be said. Yeah.
I will stay on the ship with Apex.
Okay.
Make sure he doesn't kill anybody.
Yeah, make sure he doesn't kill anybody.
Or run off.
Yeah, or leave. He's got to stay here.
Also, don't beat up Apex.
Yeah, don't beat up Apex. We know he killed the guy.
I would not beat up Apex.
Alright. Well, we'll be back. Beep beep.
Did you go to walk on the ship?
Shit. This fucking ladder.
Crack the windows. We're good.
Oh man. Alright, so as the rest of you kind of walk off, make your way off, Zarvarex and Neris probably stay on the ship as well. All of the people and stuff, they're probably used to it, but they're probably totally on board with getting away from all of it too and just being ready to go whenever. The three of you, though, make your way to the tavern. Yes? All of you go to the tavern? Okay, I didn't know if you were like splitting up, going different directions or whatever. All right. Making your way over to the tavern. Oop, shit. If I can click buttons.
You got this.
This is difficult.
Hey, we're playing bangers at the tavern.
I hope these people are getting on our ship. That's all I'm saying.
The tavern is Riley celebrating. There is a bard that you can see who is like actually walking through the tavern and has like a flute and is like walking through the middle and everybody's like around him clapping. There's somebody in the back with a drum kind of hitting it. Jaffiel is walking around, Jasmine, all the other barmaids are walking around with drinks, kind of handing those out, doing their due diligence. Jaffiel kind of sees you and is like kind of, oh, hello, keepers, good to see you. Here, drinks on me, drinks on me.
Oh, cool.
He kind of hands you
Yeah,
all a
okay.
cup. I promise you it will not knock you out.
Wait, why did you have to say that? I feel like now I'm a little nervous.
What is everyone else?
It hasn't knocked me out yet. I've been drinking it.
Please, to the bar, if you want. I'll be there in a second. A lot of people, customers.
Yep.
And he starts walking around, giving people drinks and stuff. Jasmine kind of walks over, sets a tray on, and starts like grabbing drinks.
Oh, hello.
Good to see you all again.
How's it going?
Good. Here, on the house. She kind of goes underneath and grabs like a large bit of fish that's like already been seared and just kind of waiting. It's not like warm, like it's just right off the just goes another one, sets more drinks on there, and then makes her way off with the tray. Coming back is Jaffiel. Those people over there, they need a couple drinks, a couple more in the upper loft, and then here's your room key, sir. He kind of hands him the key. So, how's it going? Business has been good for me, by the way. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. It's I mean, it's well, all is well. That was kind of the plan.
Yeah. It was, and it worked swimmingly.
Thanks.
Southbrook is heading in the right direction.
I mean, you didn't knock us out initially, but, you know, you made it possible for us to help you guys, so.
It was Apex. He's a good one. A little weird of an individual.
Definitely,
but,
yep.
He's a good one. He kind of got the ball rolling on all of that. So what brings you to the tavern?
Well, just, we're gonna be leaving tomorrow, so.
Oh.
Yeah, just wanted to say our goodbyes.
Certainly. I'll have Jasmine get you a barrel of ale to go.
Oh.
Bring it on the ship with you.
Also, does anybody remember the guy's name?
I do, yeah. Is there a, do you know if there's a Jasa?
Oh, yes. Actually, he's in the upper loft up there with his crew members and stuff. What are you looking for him for?
Well, we're going to be gone for a little bit, but we will probably be coming back looking for a crew.
That's all he's been talking about is trying to get on the damn ship, so I'm sure he will be on board.
Okay. Maybe we could get them early, like at a discounted rate. He seems like
he'll be on board. That's pretty good.
That's actually good, yeah.
As he pointed up towards the loft, you actually see a Black Panther Bengaran. His eyes are actually this very, very bright yellow color. You can see the clothing that he has on. He has on a also kind of white sailor's tunic, long sleeves, the string tie in front. Kind of deep tan colored pants with a belt on them. The belt itself seems like it's a scaly type of a belt. He has a cutlass at his side, and then you can see on his there's this kind of bandolier that has a bunch of daggers that kind of go up the front of it. And then he also has what appears to be a small hand crossbow on his side. And then once you look back up at the bandolier, those are actually a bunch of crossbow bolts, not daggers. And he's just kind of sitting up there, talking amongst all the people. You can see him pointing, and everyone's kind of laughing.
Oh, can you bring them some drinks, and then say they're from us?
Certainly, and I'll deal with it myself. You don't have to pay for them.
Oh, okay.
Kind of reaches underneath, puts a couple of drinks on there. You can see him put 4 total drinks on the actual thing, and then start to make his way over. Goes to Jasmine. Here, for Jasa and his crew. Hands it to him, and she starts to walk up. Right. Anything you're doing before it is noticed that you have sent them the drinks? She's waiting and winging it.
Do we want him now or when we come back? He seems kind of desperate right now. We might be able to get them at a discounted rate.
I don't know how happy he'll be if we just leave him on a ship, and then they might just take our ship. I don't know.
He might also want. He might want to go to
somewhere. Oh yeah,
that,
he might.
Where
want to go to that place that we're going to.
Lendram.
Yeah. Or
no,
the place under the water. I can never remember the Leandros.
Well, I was trying to avoid saying it, but yeah.
Yeah, Iandros.
You might want to go there.
What was that old man that we never spoke to? That supposedly went there.
Oh yeah, that crazy guy. Maybe that was Malzir.
That was a dwarf.
Oh yeah, I don't know. No, none of them. No. Nope. Nope, not that guy.
At this point,
Nope, don't know. It's gone.
you kind of see stepping over the loft with a drink in his hand as you guys are looking up.
Herden.
Who?
Herden.
As you're looking up towards the loft, as you have been kind of like peeking up every now and then to when he gets the drinks, you see Ajasa standing there. Kind of takes the drink and kind of points it towards you.
Let's go. Should I do the talking?
I'll do the talking.
We look pretty similar, me and him.
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe you should talk to him in Bengali.
Be like, oh yeah, I could do that. We should probably walk and talk, but like walk slowly so that we can discuss while we.
Yeah, you guys go. Making your way up the stairs right now.
Yeah.
Why are they walking so fucking slow?
Alright, you make your way kind of up and over.
Malar bless you.
And Milar bless you. Good to see you, all of you. Thank you for the drinks.
Yeah.
I appreciate
No
them.
problem.
No problem.
I'm Ajasa.
First mate Moldrak.
Shake your hand.
Captain Ander.
You are the captain.
Yep.
I like it. What is, I've been told that the drinks were in good faith, right? Good favor for something that you needed.
Yeah. We heard you're a great crew.
We are. We definitely are. I'll introduce you to the other crewmates. He kind of points back to a Bengal tiger looking Bengaran. Has a lot more hair on the bottom part of the chin though, so it kind of comes down in like almost like a beard. And you can see that it kind of gets pulled down and there's like very, very loose braids in it. The ear on one side is like completely clipped, and then the other one has like a golden ring on the top part of it. This is Yiko. Yiko is, he's a tough bastard, essentially. He kind of points back to him. This is Trita, and he kind of points over to well, you can see a very, very slender female Bengal tiger, Bengaran. She has on very, very flowy type clothing. It's more baggy and just kind of like moves around very, very loosely. She has like a cutlass at her side and is currently like picking at her teeth with her claws. She kind of gives like a little bit of a wave. And this is Solog. And he points back to who you can now see behind him what looked like a shadow. Bengaran individual just kind of stands up and turns around and looks. Probably like a good 6'5", at least probably like 300 or so pounds. Like a little chubby in the front. Has a very, very large puffy mane along his neck. You can see a long tail kind of behind him moving around. He has on like a vest but nothing underneath, and then like these very, very short kind of pants that seem like they would fit normally on somebody else, but they're just not clothes big enough for him. So they're just kind of there. He's like a lion type Bengaran. This is the crew.
Cool. Yeah, looks great. We heard you were looking for a ship.
We are indeed looking for a ship.
Well, we have kind of a weird proposition, stint of sailing that we are doing.
Who is this?
Oh, this is Connor.
Connor, a pleasure.
Kepler.
Ajasa.
He's our navigator.
Ah, we do not have very good on the navigation part, so it is already working out well.
Yeah. So what do each of you do as a crew?
I just gave you
Well,
a title.
Yiko's the muscle. Yeah. Trita is very, very good with her deck work. She is good with the ropes, the sails, very agile. Solog is the intimidation factor, if you would.
He's pretty.
He's a gentle
Scary.
giant, though.
Pretty scary.
He does not speak, though. He is, I do not know if he can't hear or if he just does not. Solog! Okay, so we have established that he can hear. He just does not speak.
Okay.
I was gonna say him not hearing might be a little
And
different.
I am the fearless leader.
Okay.
We all came from Azash.
Yeah,
We were there for
a nice place.
probably a good 5 years, looking for our own ship.
We
But
were-
we were unable to do so. Sailed here to join the Navy, but we're a little bit reckless for the Navy.
That's okay.
So- It is okay though. Southbrook is a great city. We work on the docks here and there.
Yeah.
We get chartered out sometimes, but we're looking for a little bit more purpose and permanency, if you would.
We need the crew that's going to be long term.
Somewhat.
Yeah. If you're interested, we're taking a short journey, but after that we'll probably be doing a lot of sailing.
Very well. Where are you going to short term? Where is the short trip that you are taking?
Lendram.
Lendram.
Ah, you are going to Lendram.
Yeah.
Interesting. Where is the long term trip to?
Don't know yet.
I like it. Well, typically our fees are not too pricey. We like to just be out on the water sailing around.
Okay, well, we
like to hear.
What is your purpose for sailing, though? What do you explorers?
Well,
are you on the stealing front of things?
No.
No.
Very good.
Actually,
We-
probably
we
the
do not
opposite.
The opposite of the stealing.
All right. Yes, we do not fuck with pirates, anyways. So.
Okay.
We're
the keepers of Zaxria.
Yeah.
He kind of gives a grin. Adventurers.
Yeah. Basically. Just want to explore and keep the peace.
He kind of leans back. You can hear him start talking in Bengaran, and then it gets softer as he leans back towards everybody in the crew and kind of has his face covered.
My ears perk up.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check.
23.
23? Okay. Making out most of their conversation, it seems like they're going to be pretty easy to barter with and discuss and just kind of talk with.
All right.
They seem very, very eager and like kind of desperate to get on a ship, especially one where they feel there's a lot of things that they could possibly run into and do and come across. You hear a lot of talks about glory and fables and tales and adventure and exploration. They seem very excited. And then Ajasa, after he turns around, we may be able to join you. There is a couple of other things that we are worried about.
Yeah. What?
Do you have your own ship, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
You're not just looking for a crew and a ship, you're looking for a crew.
The PeaceKeeper.
Fitting. We're looking for something permanent. Something that would give us purpose, if you would.
Yeah. Well, we need people to man our ship. We may not always be sailing, but we will always need a ship.
And do you have somewhere where your ship is docked time to time?
Well, it's currently under construction, but yes.
Alright. He kind of takes out a piece of paper, like crumpled up somewhere that he gets, kind of unwrinkles it, sets it down. These will be our demands, if you would. And he kind of, demands sounds so harsh.
It does.
Requests.
Okay.
For being in the crew.
Well, we'll hear them out. Could we get some more drinks, please?
Jasmine definitely brings them.
He's writing quite a lot there.
Sleep on the ship.
Damn.
I mean, I'm cool if they set up like a camp outside.
Don't go into the house. Though. Don't even touch the
look
yard.
at the house.
Don't touch the yard.
Don't even think about the house. If you think about the house, you're dead. You're dead.
You thinking about the house right now?
It's trapped. It's trapped. Even in your mind, if you think about the house, you take damage. God, what is in that house?
That would just just make you want to think about it more.
Just die.
It's like, man, what was I thinking about? Oh, the house.
Well, he's written up the whole contract.
We want your ship. That's it. Oh my
Who said that?
The paper that's crumpled, he kind of takes it. These are the requests. Of course, they are more flexible, and if there are situations or circumstances that make things harder or make things more difficult or easier to take care of, we each require a certain payment, each of us. We just split it the 4 ways. Now, I heard you say that you do have somewhere where the boat is docked.
Yeah.
If somewhere within where it is docked, we are able to maybe provide services there as well, that would help.
Could have them like manage the house.
They're just.
What do we have them do? Farm?
I like the idea of
I
them
have
as
some
our crew on the ship, and
here's
then
the-
our mates when
I
we
have
get to
some
that.
big plans for the house.
Oh fuck. Take a look, review it. I think we can cut down on some of that.
I think we
Or
can-
we can add onto some of it
Yeah,
as
of
well.
course, you know.
Very
It's
true.
give and take, you know.
Very much so.
Ooh, I don't. You guys require food and drink?
I mean, we need to be able to do things. We need to...
I think he's
I was just kidding. I was kidding.
All
Sorry.
right. I'm glad we understand the situation.
food and drink is never an issue with us.
Good
But the
food and-
quality of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
food, because
Yeah.
it is very bland.
It's edible. We have some good food for like our short journey, but you know, the rest of it's bland.
Okay, what do you mean by?
Or fishing, if any of you know how to fish.
Oh yeah, do you know how to fish? We could probably-
Actually, yes. Solage, love to fish.
Like with nets or
Or a pole. Or just jumps.
jumps
He
in
just jumps in.
He likes to fish with...
rod.
he just...
All right. Well, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
quick,
I need to get
quick,
some fishing poles.
quick question here.
Good. Yeah.
What do you mean recognition for any glory on adventures?
It's like the keepers. And
What do you call your?
Yeah, but I want to.
We do not have a name.
Okay.
We just want to be noticed. Keeper and crew, if that is
yeah.
enough, you know.
Is that only at sea, or like if we dock somewhere and then go kill
That's
a
what I was
magical
trying to figure out.
creature?
It is just any voyages that we are on, you know, transported by such and such crew. We just want to be known for hard work that we do.
Oh,
Any hard work that we do. We're not asking if you go do something for us to have some recognition. We are just
I didn't see a
saying
problem with that.
any hard work that we do, we want to be known for it.
Oh, yeah,
And
of
we want to
course.
take part in any spoils that are given with such hard work.
Well,
Now you mentioned an estate, you said?
Yep.
yeah. That's where
Currently
this-
in the process of being built.
that's where our
Now
ship
the
is
keepers,
docked.
I'm sure, make enemies along the way.
We
yes.
do, yes. We've been almost
Well-
killed
Enemies.
numerous times.
Here, let me make a proposition. Add on to that, we could protect your estate when you are away.
Oh.
my!
Oh yeah. I didn't even think of that. Is that what you were
I was thinking.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that sounds. You guys seem pretty capable.
We
So-
are very capable. So large.
That's-
Just as a quick.
like that.
Thank
You think that's good? Protect the estate. Now, what about the price?
What about it?
That doesn't even that bad, does it?
Is it okay? You think it's good? It's 100 a month.
Kind of. It's kind of cheap. to be honest.
That's really not bad at all.
No.
We're just gonna have to make sure that we find some treasure because we're gonna run out eventually.
I'm sorry, you do not have.
Oh,
Gold?
No,
we have
a lot
plenty of gold. Don't worry
A lot
about
of
it.
gold.
Make a deception check.
We
You can
do.
make it with the
We do. We have enough gold to pay them for like at least a year. Deception 15.
15. What I'm sure with adventuring, the gold just keeps coming.
Yeah,
and
it
coming.
usually
Yeah,
does.
Right.
So
Oh, all right. As long as we get paid and we are
Oh,
taken
yeah.
care of, that's
Don't
all
worry
we're
about
worried
that. We will.
We've been sitting in this damn tavern looking for crew after crew, ship after ship, and we go fishing, and then we come back.
Yeah, sorry.
And we go fishing, and then
Not
we come
really.
back.
I mean, we can go fishing if you guys want, but that's not really.
So
our-
large love to fish. So.
Okay.
He doesn't. Why does he have a problem with the fishing adventures? Would he rather just do those?
So large is very, very loyal. He's been with us since he was a cub. So
Should we? You guys want to negotiate any of those terms there?
Besides the food,
Connor, you take it.
besides the food and drink thing, I think we're all squared away.
I don't know if they understand each other.
I feel like we should be paying them more.
John, can you mute me
Now
real
I
quick?
now I take it. Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh.
I'll mute you real quick.
So I take it whenever something happens at sea, meaning monsters, pirates, etc., you will help.
Consider them dead. Yes.
Okay.
I like that one.
But,
That's
So
fine.
large again.
yeah,
Mute me real quick.
I like
I'll
it.
be right back. You guys discuss if you can do it or not. I'll take a look at the viewpoint.
Okay. The only thing
Quick while he's
there's
away.
no percentage of the treasure that they get on there.
Then that's while on voyages. On
Yeah, but I think
Voyages.
any treasure we bring back. to
Yeah, I
ship
think that's what
counts.
they mean.
you don't. That's only 500 pounds.
Yeah, we've got there's a lot in there right now.
I feel like there's not like that.
Actually, there's
like,
really,
depending on their
we
what
don't
share
even
they
know
want.
what they call treasure.
there's really not.
I feel
There's
like,
like
And seems like they've been doing a lot of hard work. I mean,
yeah,
it seems
and we're only
worth it
giving
to
them
pay
100 gold.
yeah, no,
For
for
a
4
month.
people, 100 gold a month really is pretty good.
I feel like they deserve the treasure if they're going to be doing
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
fighting
saying.
around.
That's what I'm saying.
We're
Fighting
paying
around.
25
giving-
gold a person.
Yeah,
We're giving
that's-
them
that's
100
good.
gold. Like, that's
Alright,
nothing
break.
for
Break.
fucking. Yeah,
He's
we
bad.
can't let him know our plan.
We accept your terms.
Wait, I have one question. One question. When you say a share of the treasures on the voyage, like what? How much of a share are you looking for there?
25%.
20.
20%.
25%.
23%.
That is weird to try to figure out
Yeah,
23%
it really
of
is.
anything.
I don't really like the 23 number. I guess 25 isn't that
That's
bad.
fine. I don't really care. I'm not really in it for the treasure anyways.
Yeah.
That's just the bonus.
25%. What? Something else?
Good.
We're good.
Yep. Everything's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
We have
Deal?
a deal? Very well. It shakes. Shakes.
Shall
So-
we show you to the ship?
Certainly.
We could do it later.
We have a couple of things that we need to grab here.
It's the one all the way on the end. It's blue.
The PeaceKeeper. We'll find
I was
it.
gonna say it says
Um,
Peacekeeper on it.
Yep.
We're going to get our belongings and we will be on the ship.
Cool.
Oh wait, do we pay in advance or like at
should
the end
we-
of the month?
Whenever you are able to get it to us, as long as we get our coin.
Alright.
We know you are the keepers of Zaxria, but we do need to be paid.
Of course.
We do not want any problems, and I'm sure there will never be any.
No, not really.
Okay.
We should probably go to the ship, or just because if like 4 people walk onto the ship,
Well, they were
Probably,
there.
yeah,
they
give-
might get attacked by the people who
Well,
are
they-
already on the ship.
They were when we were talking to
Yeah, they knew we were
Oh
coming
yeah, that's true.
Fletcher.
Oh well. We should probably go see your grandpa then.
Yeah.
How long do you guys are like making your way to the ship?
We
An
plan
hour
on leaving
at most.
like either later tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So
Whatever you want. We'll be ready in an hour. Probably be to the ship in 2.
okay.
Well,
That's fine.
we may not be there, but there should be people on the ship.
Just let
Who
them know
exactly
that
is on the ship?
Oh, we got
other members of the keepers.
yeah, other keepers.
Give us a name so we do not just walk
Yeah.
up and...
Apex, Skip, Neris, Zarvarex.
Understood. Thank you. All right, boys, and Gale, let's go.
Apex is also from Azash, so he'll befriend you really quick.
Actually, him being from Azash doesn't mean he wouldn't befriend you really quick.
Yeah, he just befriends everyone, so.
All right, I'm looking forward to this partnership.
He actually just goes on a tangent.
Me
kills
too.
You watch all four of them
Zosh.
kind of walk over. Solaj walks in front of you first, takes like a knee,
Oh shit!
and then just like kind of hits his hand on his chest really hard, and then walks past you. The rest of them very quickly kind of duck down and do it. Captain ducks down, does the same thing,
This shit's lit.
gets up, walks past you.
I'm not doing that.
How much taller were they still on the knee?
Solaj was at least still 3 of you, so like this way and this way.
Alright, let's go.
I was
Take this to
thinking about it. We should probably pay them like in advance
Yeah.
because like we might not be able to.
Well, we can
pay
pay
them
them.
for, like,
Be there.
We can
Yeah.
pay them when we get back.
I mean, like when we do pay them, we should pay them like
Oh yeah,
good amount.
like more than a month.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
that's
we don't
fine.
want them to like just leave because we didn't pay them 1 month.
We can
'cause
do
we
that.
weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys ready to go?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
All right,
let's go.
make your way across town. The 4 of them, your newly found crew members, make their way back towards the ship. And you guys make your way to the Kepler estate. Getting up to the actual home itself, doors closed, you can see the sea behind it, you can kind of hear it in the distance, birds and everything. It's kind of getting a little later, probably only about 5 or so in the afternoon, but you are able to make your way inside. Kind of get in, open the door up, kind of walking over to the small like wood-burning stove, starts like setting on what appears to be a pot on the top part for a second before he heads over to like a fireplace and sets that there, and then good to see you again. Come on in, of course. Wasn't expecting you to come back. I thought you'd left.
We're leaving either later today or tomorrow morning.
Very well.
Just,
I just wanted to come here and say thank you for the food and the hospitality. Did I say that right?
Of course. I thank you for being a good friend to my grandson. Where's everyone else?
they're sticking back on the ship.
Well,
Just got fixed.
I'm getting a little tired, but I've got food done and ready, so if you want to eat, you're more than welcome.
Well, all right. Before I leave, I just figured I could show you some of the things that I've learned.
Certainly.
Gotta go outside.
Oh, yes, of course. Walks over and makes his way out towards the edge of the water there.
Like on the beach.
Yeah. Everybody else kind of walks out too. They're a little bit behind though.
He's about to drop a meteor on his,
I'm,
his grandpa's house.
I'm gonna lean towards the ground. I'm gonna pick up a little stone.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pop my staff up. I'm just gonna chuck the stone and then pull down Heliod's meteor.
Okay.
But this time I'll be in like phase of the sun. So like my staff is like fiery and flaming.
Okay.
And it just like you see like a little connection to the stone. And it just blows up.
Got it. All right. So as you kind of duck down, pick it up, hold it, throw it, kind of watches Then you point the staff up, and it has this like bead of fire that licks over up towards it, and then as it hits, it explodes the stone outward, and even more chunks kind of start falling to the ground. And there's like this splash of water, and then
Everybody
this
just starts
sizzle that like kind of goes in as the stones hit the water, and you can still see a little bit of fire still on it as it goes in, and then it kind of slowly goes away. All the rock kind of falls beneath. Grandpa kind of like
That's a
ducks
meteor I've
back a
been
little
talking
bit.
about this whole time. It's crazy.
By the gods, Connor, you've gained in strength, and he's kind of like holding your arm. Where did you learn to do that?
Wait, was that girl here?
He's got another one.
I spoke. I met somebody at the Lyceum who had the same sort of powers, and he lent me a book.
Wait, there's another guy with the same sort of powers as you?
Yeah,
I think he said that before.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah,
I forget a lot of things.
it was right before Tenebris, so there was a lot of stuff
That
going
makes
on.
A lot of
sense.
stuff
Makes
going on,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah, I pull out my book. He gave me this.
Whoa, that's actually, I don't think I've seen it. That's
Nope,
pretty sick.
first time you guys have seen the book.
Fucking cool.
It's this very, very large, kind of leather-bound tome, essentially. It's like a little bit of a stained hue to it. The pages themselves, like the ink, is almost like metallic and starry, and as it flips through, there's pictures of constellations and the sun, and there's these little bits of things in there that you really can't comprehend, which is all like the spells that are constructed and broken down in there. And he kind of looks, my God, that's something extraordinary there.
He did give me a little disclaimer that if you don't have this kind of magic, don't try to do it, or else you'll kind of destroy yourself.
But you do. You are strong. You are able.
Alright. Keep my eyes open.
Moldrak was mid about to try and
He's
cast
like-
one of
I
the
was
spells. You will destroy yourself.
He takes a couple of steps towards you. Puts an arm on your, or hand on your shoulder. I'm getting old, Connor. Time wanes and passes, but I've taught many people many things over the years, but my greatest accomplishment was the man you've turned into. And he kind of holds at the back of your neck. I'm very proud, and your mother and father would have been too. He kind of gives like a pat. And thank you for being good friends to him, keeping him safe.
Yeah.
And I hope you continue to do so. And I do hope that when you return to Southbrook again, after whatever it is you have to do, that maybe the world's a little more quiet and you can take your time.
I don't know
If
about
everything goes well in Lendram, we should be back here soon.
that. Yeah.
Good.
Maybe with another helper.
Yep.
Speaking of helper, have you ever heard of anyone named Bori?
Bori? I have. I've actually read it in look, come inside again. The text that I found. I'll give you.
Big pug.
Make your way inside. He goes over and once you get back inside, he told you guys to like have food whenever. You immediately remember it as you smell it when you walk in. There's like a big stew that's on the pot. You kind of just take some, look it in. Food in hand and him around this book as he sets it down in front of you. Well, Bori was a master tinkerer for the Iandros. He kind of looks around quickly. Skip was
Yeah, he's on the ship right now.
a warforged.
Yep.
Yes, I've read into it quite a bit, actually. It took a lot of time from what I've seen on here, but essentially, Bori here and a high arcanist by the name of Morthal were responsible for the creation. Bori building the body, and Morthal figuring out the rest. I don't know much more than that, but Bori himself is a master tinkerer, as I said. Traveled far and wide to very many places. finally found Iandros, where he took part in helping Morthal to create the Warforged. Whether it be by free will or not, he did so.
Right. Well, it's got to be pretty old now.
If he could still be alive. Yes, he most definitely could still be alive.
About... Did it say anything about that high arcanist?
Not much, other than he was responsible as well with Bori.
Was he also a gnome?
No, human individual.
Oh.
So he definitely is no longer alive.
That we know. He could be a warforged.
He very well could be.
Skip is that guy. Confirmed.
As I said though, do be careful out there at all times.
Of course.
And if there's anything else I can do, please let me know.
I don't think we have anything else. Probably going to be leaving in the morning, later on today. I don't know.
Probably. Whenever.
Yeah.
Alright, well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Alright. You eat, make your way out, and kind of walk back to the ship or wherever it is that you were staying.
Yep.
We'll come back in like 15 or so minutes. We're gonna get some food and stuff, take a quick break, and then we'll be right back at it. So please stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back, and we appreciate it if you are still there. I know that was a long little break there, but
15, 20.
people gotta eat.
What's
People
the
gotta
difference?
eat.
You know.
And people will continue to eat, so if you hear crunching, I apologize. Hopefully it's not too bad.
Oh well.
Anyways, you guys have made your way to the dock at this point. The encounter with the individuals that kind of came onto the ship, you can go over that. So as you're sitting at the ship currently, probably a good 2 or 3 hours pass. The sun is actually starting to kind of go down a little bit. You can feel it getting a little cooler outside. There's a little bit of wind. Before you go under deck, you can see 4 individuals actually approaching the end of the dock there.
Oh.
As they start walking up, they have like bags over their shoulders. You can see one of them in the back is a quite large individual. As they all start to kind of walk up, you hear one of them kind of, I'm looking for either an Apex, a Skip, Neris, Zarvarax, any of...
Oh, this one, guys. How's it going, Apex?
Nice to meet you, Ajasa.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Solaj, Trita,
Oh,
Yiko.
How's it going? How's it going?
All of them kind of wave. We are, your new crew.
Oh, shit, no, really?
For the ship, yes. We were sent by Captain Enter.
Oh, yeah. And there's a great guy. All right. Well, come on aboard then.
Takes his first step, looks around, nods. The rest of them do the same. Below deck, okay for our goods and belongings?
Sure, yeah. Wherever you find room, I guess.
All right. Makes his way down beneath the deck there.
They just steal all our stuff and leave.
All right.
Yeet.
Thanks for all your shit. Can you hand me my phone?
I need to chain it down.
Alrighty. Now, we will flash forward to the next morning, just for the sake of brevity and stuff. Fuck you. So, setting out to sea.
Exciting.
The crew of Ajasa, Yiko, Solaj, and Trita seem very confident and capable in what they're doing. You can see that amongst all of them, the one that has it down the absolute best is Trita, for sure. She's like climbing up and down the ropes, going over to the sides, getting onto the sails, tying everything down. She's pretty much like one-manning the entire side of the ship, almost. A little help from Solaj here and there to help her get like the, very, very hard pulls down, but they are very capable. Can get you from wherever you need to be. They listen to commands very well as well, shifting, going full like wind and everything. And when you let down the sails, all of you kind of standing up at the bow as you look at it, can see that the sail itself is this kind of brownish color, like a tannish color. The sail itself is just because of like the burlap material, and then in the center of it, in this very kind of metallic type of looking embroidery, is a large V in the actual sail itself. All right, you set out to sea. Let me pull up the actual stuff that I had prepared now.
Yeah.
If we can get into that.
Oh, we gotta turn around.
Yeah, I gotta go say goodbye to a couple more people here.
I am going to need a navigation check. So just whoever's navigating, just roll the d20.
Yeah, it's navigator.
Go ahead.
My made-up title.
Go ahead, roll a d20 and I guess add your intelligence.
15.
This is why you're the navigator. No matter
And
what
then,
you roll, I was saying that.
A d20 from you, and then you can add
Does it have advantage?
your proficiency. No. D20 from you. D20 from you. Add your proficiency, and then an additional +5 for like the crew and everything, and having enough members now.
That's pretty good. I'm gonna walk anyway.
Okay.
How much? +5 you say?
Yeah.
Proficiency +5? 16.
Okay. So, setting course, you're heading northward, a little northeast toward Lendram. At this point, you've traveled for about 2 days. 2 days have gone without a hitch and gone very smooth. The sea has been calm, 4-foot swells on occasion, and this kind of strong wind from the southwest that makes it even easier to travel. 2 people can roll perception checks.
Was I part of the night crew? I don't even remember. I'm doing whatever shift I was doing.
Yeah, your shift would definitely be a lot different now. The 3 of them are kind of rotating. They don't really sleep too much. They're up a lot, drinking a lot, eating a lot.
18.
23.
18 and 23? Okay. Andrew, you can kind of make everything out, but Moldrak, you see it definitely much better. Off in the distance, you can actually see what appears to be someone on a small boat approaching, like dead on towards the bow. As you get closer, you begin to realize it isn't a boat at all. It's just kind of waves moving beneath somebody in front of you. And before you can even react, you see emerging from the water all around the boat what at a first glance appears to be elves. You see pointy ears, thin, elegant, soft features, the hair that's kind of dark brown with these kind of strands of a mossy green color in them. You can see seaweed on their shoulders that kind of slowly falls off and fades away, water kind of dripping down the sides. Their clothing is this very kind of tight material against their skin, and it appears to be made of some sort of a hide, almost something scaly. It kind of shimmers in the sun, and you look beneath them and can see that they're actually being held aloft by the water, kind of constantly moving and swirling beneath them. All of them holding in one hand, or at their side, a trident or some sort of a long blade. Moldrak, make another perception check for me.
Yep, will do. 16?
16? Okay.
I thought you said 60.
I thought he did too, but I enunciated a little more.
Thank you.
Their hand that is free, you can see, in fact, is occupied. You can see this kind of swirl of water from their hand that is actually going from their hand to beneath the boat. And it's in that moment that you didn't realize until you now look and see that the boat is being held in place. It's not moving at all. It's completely unmoving and still. You can see vast amount of water powerfully but silently kind of moving beneath you. One of them propels themselves upward a little more out of the water, kind of jets himself up and propels with this water torrent onto the actual bow of the boat.
I hope this person isn't threatening.
Takes a step or two forward, kind of looking over everything. You can see at this point, Ajasa and everybody else is kind of looking to you guys. One of them has their...
Hello. How's it going?
Greetings. I am Ikfor.
I'm Ander. Captain Ander.
Captain Ander, are in sacred and protected waters. You will find nothing in these waters that will bring you profit. Turn back.
Well, we're kind of looking for something that's in the waters, actually.
What brings you to this part of the sea? He takes another step forward.
There's an island somewhere around here called what is it?
Lendram.
Lendram.
What business do you have with Lendram?
We were told to seek it out by the king of Southbrook. We don't mean any harm or anything. We have our friend here, and I kind of gesture over to Skip, who's trying to find his home.
Takes a couple of steps towards Skip. That is not a suit of armor, I reckon.
Oh yeah, he's made of metal.
Yeah, he's a metal person.
Yeah. It's weird.
Warforged, I think they call them.
He kind of looks over the edge, and then this very distorted kind of bit of speak that you actually understand. As he kind of looks over towards the side. We will bring them to the Lady of the Tide. He kind of looks back towards you guys, and then in common. We will bring you to Master Jessely. You must forfeit your weapons, though. They will be brought somewhere in the sanctuary for safekeeping till your departure.
Okay. Yeah.
Throw them in the water.
Oh.
Whoa. You want me to throw my weapon into the water?
They will be kept safe.
They don't even know those are weapons.
I grab my pistol out of my bag and throw it into the water.
You take it and throw it over the edge. You watch some of the water kind of jet and pick it up and then bring it over to the hand of one of them that grabs it and puts it in a bag. As the weapons keep getting thrown over the side, more water grabs and yanks them over towards one of the individuals that are putting them in the side. You can see them kind of in this almost crouched position as they've now like put their hand down into the actual water. And there's like this swirl that when you're looking underneath, you can see it almost like a cyclone under the water.
Instead of throwing my weapons, I'm going to use control water to lower it down to one of them. Or shape water, rather.
Okay. As you do, you kind of go over towards the side, and then it picks it up and comes even with the hammer. He kind of looks over to all the other elves around, and they all looks, gives a nod.
Oh shit.
At this point, you're standing on the ship, unarmed. Looking around, you can kind of see a lot of ocean for a little bit, until you now see land ahead of you. A quite sizable island, but small enough where if there was not much vegetation, you could see the other side plainly. You can see children running along the beach, small elven kids waving at the boat, and your current escort. There are several small huts along the shore and kind of inland, maybe a dozen or more. They're very simple and made of wood, and they almost look more like these small cottages more than anything. Each of the huts, kind of next to them, has about this 4-foot wide hole next to it of water that you can see. You can see like these 4-foot large holes that are all throughout the land. They kind of look like these puddles that are just kind of scattered across everything. Many people ashore seem busy, but now as you begin to get closer and closer to the land, begin to stop what they're doing and onlook what you are doing. As they all kind of look, a couple of them staring and looking at you. Not many of them speak or say anything. The kids are like waving back intently at you. You can see that a lot of them are of the same kind of look and race. They have this very kind of slender build. Their hair is like this kind of deep brown with like bits of mossy green in it, and they also have a kind of tealish blue skin. They definitely appear to be elven. They're not like Triton or anything like that. They don't appear to be. I'm just saying that for your guys' kind of sake, so you don't think that they are. They seem, for the most part, pretty calm. Gentle people. They're not like, they didn't take your weapons and try to kill you right away. They're actually bringing you somewhere, and as you begin to walk through, you can see that your boat gets brought up to the shore. We will stay with the ship, Captain. Nice. He turns around in Bengaran. So, Lodge, any of them come on the ship? You heard him, for sure, in Bengaran.
No, I understand.
Just, if you know Bengaran, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe don't do that.
Oh, in Bengaran, what would you like for us to do?
Not murder
Make sure
anybody.
that they don't come on the ship and don't kill them. Just tell them, hey, stay off the ship.
Alright. A show of force on the edge, maybe.
If necessary.
Very well.
But like, don't go out of your way to kill them.
Speaking in Mingaran too, and
Yeah.
say, yeah, I killed someone while we were over there, and that did not go well. So don't kill anyone.
You speak the tongue.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
from
Zaxria.
Zaxria, yeah.
He kind of taps his chest. Allah bless you.
Well, Allah bless you as well.
Good luck in there.
Thanks.
By the way, thank you for this opportunity. This is the most fun we've had in a while.
Looking forward to more
Sad
adventure.
life, dog.
Oh,
You're ready, dog.
here's some money for your first month or whatever. Actually, it's 3 months.
300 gold, got it. Kind of opens it up. This is definitely the most fun we've had in a while. Closes it,
Please don't steal our ship while we're gone.
puts it on his side, folds his
They
arms.
really could just eat us.
You can see that they're like looking at them. They kind of all fold their arms and are standing by the edge. Ajasa's kind of like pacing back and forth. You're brought a little more inland, and at this point you can see these homes are quite small, but they're very nice. There's not a lot of people that are around, probably 30 or so at most. and you can see that the land itself, there's vegetation and these small little pockets of water, like these 4-foot holes that are all over the place. There's also an additional kind of bit where the landmass is kind of like this, and then there's almost like a very, very shallow like sandbar that goes across and connects to another piece of land. Almost like the elevation in the middle is a little lower. There's only like a little bit of a step, and then you can see you're actually being brought across this step. As you get across that and start to look, you can see a kind of larger cottage similar to the ones that were built down there. A little bit of an elevation that is to it, and you can see that there is a little bit of water that doesn't like perpetually kind of move around it, but it looks like there's almost like a little waterfall coming down the sides of it, like off the back and just running back into the ocean itself. The area around you is beautiful. There is sun kind of shining on the water and kind of glistening off of the sand where it's kind of splashed up. There are small little deep blue flowers that are kind of growing wildly throughout. There's more beach than there is actual grass though. There's a lot of sand that kind of shimmers quite a bit. You're brought into this actual cottage. The cottage itself on the inside is very bleak and not very eccentric in any way, but it still has this elegance and this beauty to it just in what is inside. You can see that there is this small little bit of water that's kind of siphoning its way up in this hole that's actually in the house. You can see actually taking from it, standing across the way, kind of splashing her face and kind of on the sides and then pulling back at her hair. A tall, kind of slender and beautiful elven woman. Her hair is this kind of teal color with like slight highlights of deep green. Her eyes are a deep, deep blue, like a color so deep that if you gaze long enough, you kind of feel your thoughts kind of drift off. She has no weapons, no jewels, but her clothing is extraordinary. She has also this kind of tight, scaly kind of pants. You can see that her shirt is made of the same silvery kind of iridescent color, and she wears a very thin jacket over that, and the jacket has this light blue color to it. And when you look closely, you can see that there are kind of several small waves actually on it that are actually moving on the vest and jacket itself. From the shoulders, there's water actually like flowing down it, and just kind of slowly, it doesn't like flow and then splash the ground, it just kind of flows down and then goes from like her arm back and then down to her leg and then back up and then moving all around kind of perpetually. But it's not like this disgusting looking, like almost sweaty, slimy type of thing. It's this very, very graceful kind of flowing beads of water that move around. Greetings, seafarers. What brings you to Lendram?
We are seeking the city of Iandros. To be frank with you, we have a friend here who we believe may have came from there, and he's trying to find his way back.
She looks. Indeed, he probably was there at one time or another. I am Master Jessely. Whom sent you?
Multiple people.
Who told you that the way to Iandros was through Lendram?
Oh, that was the king of Southbrook.
And who are you?
Apex.
We're the keepers of. I can't ever say any words.
As your hand kind of darts up very quickly, you watch these two tridents like go on the sides of it to where like your hand is here, and there's like one on this side that's kind of holding it, and the other one on the opposite side. So your arm's in the middle. You gotta pull it back. It doesn't really like move very far.
That's impressive.
She puts her hand up. You are to leave. I am fine. She puts her hand out.
Oh, okay.
It is a pleasure, Apex.
Nice to meet you.
Like I was
Please
saying,
do not mind.
keepers of Zaxria.
You are the keepers.
And friends.
We have heard of many generations of keeper to come through, but none of them have ever been to Lendram. Some probably never to Southbrook or outside of Ophelia. What brought you to Southbrook to begin?
Here.
Yeah.
This, we were trying to find
Iandros.
we heard it was off the coast of Southbrook somewhere. But we didn't really have much information.
Yeah, buddy Skip, he was trying to go home. So, yeah. Just kind of came in this direction.
Make a perception check for me.
We arrived in Southbrook and noticed some turmoil going down there, and we helped them with that.
I heard. Go ahead.
26.
26, okay. That spout of water that's kind of pushing its way up, you can like hear in the background, like this kind of like of this garbled, and it's hard for you to understand, but you can hear it actually speaking, the kind of water that's pushed up. The sea tells me, I have heard of your victories within Southbrook and what you did for the people. I have actually seen you travel across the sea time and time again, from Crete to Krista, Velia to Azash back.
At this point, my face is like wrinkled and I'm trying to listen. I'm like,
Apex's eyes are really wide again. Oh shit, here we go again.
You are like
Shit, I don't
keepers that have never seen, or Zaxria has never seen before.
hopefully that was a compliment.
You seek Iandros for what? To bring him back?
I think so.
Don't tell him, Skip.
Yes, sorry. I've been having strange dreams, and a lot is going on, and I need to figure it out, and I feel like Iandros is the best place to do that. Iandros fell from a landmass of Southbrook long ago. Fell far, far, far to the sea. And what they achieved in that city, and she kind of gestures out towards Skip, could not be known to this world. Thassa chose to force them into the world of water, burying them deep beneath the sea, farther than you could imagine. If you seek Iandros, be wary of what you come upon and do not bring any of it back here with you. There is much you must know. Come with me.
Okay. Let's go.
She walks out the front door. As she walks out the front door, she makes her way over to that small little bit of like sandy beach that's there, and then the sides that are kind of shallow. She stands kind of proud. The way she walks is a little odd though. She kind of sways from side to side. As she makes her way out, you can see the water kind of pick up a little bit, like the current almost moves a little more when she's around it. You can see her kind of put her hand out and like kind of pet in the air towards the water, and then the ocean kind of calms a little bit and sits. She starts looking intently.
I'm looking at the tridents, ready to dodge him.
What you are about to see and what you are about to know is information you must keep to yourselves and protect and safeguard. So do you understand?
For sure. Why is everybody looking at me?
She takes her hand forward and kind of moves it across the water and then puts it out in front and makes a fist. You watch the sandy beach that's there start to like ripple and fade away to where this water is actually pushing its way up into the sand fading away and kind of pushing out to sea. You see before you what appear to be steps leading downward. She puts her hand towards the water, and as she does, throws it up towards your faces. These bubbles kind of stick to the bottom of your neck and up towards you. She starts to walk down. As she starts to walk down, she has no bubble or anything on her, just begins to walk down into the water. As she disappears into the water, a moment passes before she comes back up. Keepers, come on. She steps down into what you can now see is these descending steps of sand, essentially, that are leading what appears to just be into the water, into this like ocean. As you make your way down and in there, there's like this little ripple of water that you can see kind of moving around you as you're walking down. You feel like you'd float and like make your way up towards the top as you're trying to walk down, but something's actually pulling you kind of down into here. As you get down into this kind of sub-basement of whatever this island is, you can still hear like the water above you kind of splashing. And it gets to a point where your vision is really dark. You can't really see much. There's a lot in front of you, but you can see this faint little light kind of in the distance, and you feel like you've been walking for probably a good 2 or 3 minutes before that light starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger before you walk into it and step out. That bubble kind of disappears on your neck. You feel water splash down your arms and onto the ground, and you kind of like wipe and like get all the water off your face and look out in front of you, and you can see this kind of circular, almost glass aquarium-like object in front of you. It's at least 200 feet wide, and it's probably about that wide all the way around. It looks like this circle that's out in front of you. The ground beneath you is this ornate kind of tile that has these deep blues and light blues and greens all over it. You can see on the tile there's these waves that are moving around. The symbol of Thassa kind of in the corner. There is a lot of elemental glyphs all along this that you can see as well, that are all over and throughout the place. A lot of them are dealing with water and tide and the flow of energy. You can see inside of this kind of large bubble here, there's like water that's kind of moving around on the sides of it, and you can see in the middle part of like where this huge bowl of water is, on the other side there's like this little whirlpool in the center of it that just kind of keeps moving and like twirling around. Once you get down here, since the beginning of Zaxria, this sanctum has stood, funneling its appropriate source of energy into Zaxria to keep it in balance. We protect the balance, and so do those that safeguard the other sanctums, all throughout Zaxria. Being the keepers, I think there is much information that you are privy to, and that you should be told. The fact that you have made your way across the sea this far means that you are ready. History will tell you that the gods and goddesses created all of Zaxria, but that is false. Primarius Elementus, an entity that is not good nor evil, it created the worlds. Worlds before creating Zaxria even. A world of fire, a world of water, a world of earth, and a world of air. When they created these worlds, they looked for more, towards something that could be a perfect blend of all of them. They created Zaxria. That is when the gods and goddesses took it for their own. Primarius' only intention was to create something, a perfect masterpiece, a blend of all of them. The gods created life, and the life found its way among the world, finding their own place. These worlds being connected, the gods chose to be as close as they could. They created small planes within the different worlds to reside. Mount Celestia, Elysium, and the gods of good inhabit the world of air in a small plane, while their counterparts inhabit planes in the world of fire. They stayed this close so they still had influence upon Zaxria. Iandros was forced into the world of water. This sanctum here protects the portal into the world of water. And it also keeps things from coming from there into here. If you choose to do so, Iandros is through there. When you get inside, there's no telling what you will come across. Iandros is not far of a swim. Once you get inside, you keep going and going until you reach it. I only know of the elemental sanctums, but I know there are many more. There is a force of power in this world that connects everything that you can imagine. You can feel it, but you cannot see it. A power that you can even pull from to move across this world faster. But that power is arcane and hard to control. She looks over everybody for a second. Looks back to Moldrak. You saw Master Kel in the side, did you not? The ocean told me you would be here at some time. But right now is not the time. You will learn more when you return, if you are to leave. I will help you as best I can to get into the world of water. That is if you choose to do so.
We gonna be able to breathe if we go through there?
I mean, I can help with that.
Alright, cool. Right on. That's all I'm concerned about.
Is it going to be very hard to move?
The current in the world of water is strong. It is hard to swim in. I can provide you with something that will help.
Anything would be greatly appreciated. Not all of us are the strongest swimmers.
I can help you get a good enough boost as long as you go from entry to Iandros. Do not delay in between.
Okay. Well, we can do so. You guys ready? Alright, well. Let's do it.
So be it. She takes her hands up and kind of pulls from the entryway down towards your feet and like your legs. As she does, there's like this cyclone of water that starts wrapping around your legs, and you can feel it kind of push you up for a second, and you're now like floating on the ground with this water just propelling you upward. You can feel it wrapping around your legs and just kind of pushing you up constantly. If you move your leg, you can feel it kind of move, and it moves to the side. Calm yourselves. Calm. You feel yourselves kind of straighten out. Apex goes, you get inside, propel yourself forward. You will make it to Iandros. When you get there, as I said, be wary of what you come across. There is no telling what you will run into.
I pull down from that same spout of water and I cast water breathing on everyone.
The bubbles float. Go now, keepers. For when you return, I'm sure you will have many questions.
Probably, yeah.
As you go towards the glass, she takes her hand and kind of pushes. It actually splits the glass and moves it to the side. And then you see a little bit of water start to kind of pool in. Push yourself forward and kind of instinctually go to hold your breath, but realize you don't need to with the bubble over your head. Pushes through with this like kind of big and hard splash. You can feel current start to push against you, and then as you like kind of break and push through, you can see in front of you nothing but this deep, endless, dark kind of abyss of just water surrounding you. And that's where we'll pick it up next week. Thank you for watching. As I said before, we're really close to affiliate, so just try to get anybody that you can to follow. And we will see you next week. Take it easy.